Welcome everyone to Sunday night. It is FRR Racing. Tonight we are at Bristol, and happy Easter to one and all. It is Easter Sunday. I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter. We are at Bristol. Sorry for the late broadcast. I am going to admit I was watching the Bristol Dirt Race on this fine Easter Sunday. I got caught watching that with my family. But we're here, getting ready. They all are already qualified, and as with me as always, I got my partner up here, B Nizzy. What's going on, my brother?
Not too much. Ready to see some short track racing here tonight.
Bristol at its best, man. Bristol at its best. It's gonna be a wild one, man.
It's gonna get fun. Probably have some tempers. Let's go, Bristol, baby.
That's it, man. I mean, you get 20. We got 26 guys here, racing tonight. You get 26 guys on a half-mile track like Bristol. I mean, elbows. You're gonna be rubbing some elbows. I mean, that's just the way it is to it. You're gonna rub some elbows. So it's gonna be, man. I think last week at Richmond, they put on a heck of a race last week at Richmond. And last week at Richmond was a very, very good race. I know you got a chance to watch it. You can finally get some. You got the invite. Let me know. You get your invite.
I got my invite. Yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure that you got your invites. So we're gonna be good to go here in a few minutes. A couple announcements, Nizzy, tonight. Flash 9 will not be in the race tonight. So Showtime Flash, I think he's gonna. I think now. Don't quote me on this. Don't hold me on it. But I think he's at Bristol Dirt, watching the NASCAR boys, the Cup guys for real at Bristol. I think that's where he's at tonight.
Good for him.
So, I mean, hey, you can't blame the guy for that. I mean, come on now.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd much rather be there than doing this. Or having to work tomorrow.
Well, that's why we're running late tonight. Looks like they're getting a timer going. And also, I want to express my deepest thoughts to Grizzly tonight. Grizzly is not going to be in a race tonight. He had the passing of his grandfather this weekend, and the worst time. I mean, there's never a bad time. I mean, there's never a worse time, but on Easter Sunday, I just want to let Grizzly know who's going to be watching tonight. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you and your family, brother. Family always comes first. At the end of the day, this is just a game. Real life comes at us fast, and our thoughts are with you, man. I hope you can sit back and relax for a few minutes and enjoy the show while they get going here. And I think they're getting rolling, B Nizzy, so let's get on in here and join us up, and let's go some Bristol racing, baby.
Invitations and
my thoughts are really out with Grizzly, man. He had such an awesome race just a couple weeks ago, man. At Road America, at the road course, man. He had such a good run, and he also had a really good run going on last week at Richmond. I mean, he's been looking really good, man. And I always look forward to seeing Grizzly in that 43 car. So it's definitely, man. I know you're watching tonight. Sit back, relax. Try to enjoy for about an hour and a half watching your fellow FRR guys in action here at Bristol as they are jumping out to green. And Field Filler here, it was on the pole. Field Filler looks like he's jumping out to a big jump here. And as you look at this,
yeah, they've been riding along with him. He's on lap 3 or 4 here, and he's just pulling away really quick here, right from the green flag.
Let's introduce some of these drivers, as we always do. As you see there, Field Filler in the 5 car, in that black and gold 5, out to a quick, big lead. Second place right there, there's True Death, Boss Man to True Death in the 3 car, as we are under caution. Caution is out early. And guys stacking up.
More problems. because of
Caution
caution
came
there.
out, guys. Looks like getting around pit road. This is kind of what happens when you get so many guys. On these manual cautions, man, it can get so tricky because the leaders and everybody, they get off the throttle, but it's a domino effect. But as we had the chance to get through the field, as Trude up there in the 3 car, next up Death before Dishonor there in the 20 car. Death is going to be a factor tonight, I promise you that. Spence the Prince there in the 66. Spence the Prince, he was running up front here early in that 66 machine. Dimebags in his number 1 car, that black Monster number 1. Dimebags in the number 1 Chevy Monster. Racer Rick in the 34. Racer Rick, he's in that number 34 machine. I know he's looking to have a good run at Bristol tonight as well. J Lamb in the 88. J Lamb driving that 88 Valvoline Chevy. And I know he's looking to have he needs to get a good race, man. He's had some rough luck in the past couple races. He's looking to get it going. Showtime, KB Showtime in the 38 tonight. As looks like he's trying to find his place as the field is a little bit getting sorted out here as we are under caution here early. But there's KB Showtime in the 38. And I believe actually they haven't had lag issues, so I think they are all resetting here, Nizzy.
Oh.
So that's what we're doing here. So let's go ahead and back out. I apologize, folks. Looks like they were having a little bit of an issue going on with the lobby lagging.
More of that internet rain.
Yep, but another rain delay. They're gonna have to dry off the track. As I know, we saw this a couple weeks ago, and I know that they're racing on the real dirt tonight, for real. But tonight it's the asphalt, so it could take it only takes a few minutes to dry off the track. You know what I mean? It only takes a few minutes. So
Usually, unless it keeps raining.
Lord, let's hope not. let's hope not, because I know we got guys. Thank you all who have all tuned in already. That are watching, that are tuned into the show to watch a stream. But let's get into some picks here, B Nezzy. Let's get into some picks here tonight. Tonight I have absolutely no clue.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I had no clue. I didn't get a chance to watch practice this past weekend, so I mean your guess would be as good as mine tonight. But I'm going to give you the honors of taking the first letting you go first. You go ahead and you take first roll.
I don't. It's like you said. It's just so hard to. Can't pick anybody. This is one of those tracks where anybody can win, and it's just so different than most of the tracks we go to. But so I'm just gonna cheat like I usually do. Field filler looks strong, calling the pole, pulling away. I'm gonna go with field filler.
That's why I gave you the first pick, man. That's why I gave you the first pick. I had to give you the first pick. Okay,
Yeah, you know I like to keep it easy.
You're going with the first pick there. Okay, who's you got a dark horse in mind yet, or you need a minute to think on a dark horse?
MN Golf Pro.
All right, there you go. Good one. That's a good one.
Just because I happen to be riding along with them. Wow. After most of them started resetting, my camera just ended up on him. So he's on my mind, and
you can't.
I think we're going to see a win from him this year at some point. I don't know where, but I think we're going to see a win, and could be here. So
a very well could, because I know Golf Pro, good friend of mine, and he's good on these short tracks. He is good on these short tracks. These Bristols, these Martinsvilles, these New Hampshires. He's good on these short tracks. So that's a solid pick, man. Solid pick. So you're going with field filler and the dark horse of MN Golf Pro. I'm gonna go also with another safe pick myself. I'm gonna go with typical as my pick. Typical on a 10. I just he's had such a strong season already, and I know he's really good here at Bristol, And I'm for my dark horse. I'm going to do a little cheating like you just did, a little bit. We got a little glance there, so I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. And I got to go with Boss Man. I got to go with True Death as my dark horse tonight.
All right.
Larson just spun
Good picks. Thought about taking that 3 car, Bristol.
Yep, I had cheated a little bit. You know, he jumped out there. He jumped out there a little bit, but you know, luck can change at any time. So, yeah. So I'm going to go with the safe pick as well as far as typical, and my dark horse is going to be is going to go with True Death. So, yeah, I know they're getting the stream, the lobby all set back up here. So just waiting for these guys to get locked and loaded again. That definitely was kind of a bummer. We were getting started. You know, I know these guys really like to start on time as close to 9. You know, because these races. I mean, but Bristol can go very quick, or it can drag out and be very long with caution. So
Yep.
you know, it could be. I hope it's not a long night, but we're gonna
We'll
find
find
out.
out.
We're gonna find out. That's for sure. As I'm kind of looking in on the stream now, I don't think that they're still in the process of setting up the lobby. So while they are doing that, let me bring up some points. Let's have a moment
Are
since
they
we.
good points or misguided points?
No, these are good points. These are the updated current Cup points after last week's race at Richmond.
Oh, point standings.
Point standings, which is the.
I'm
You know
just, I
what?
know
I
what
don't
you
know
meant.
what you want.
I'm just trying to be a wise ass.
Oh
Thought you were
man.
going to bring up some good points for us to ponder.
Oh, good points to ponder. Oh. Well, at Bristol, I got none for you. I got none. Bristol is one, if not the worst track for me next to
Who's
Martinsville.
going to make that low groove work and make some passes down there?
That's the question, you know. I mean,
And
most of
who's
these.
going to try? Who's going to try and get in trouble with somebody for it and end up not getting to the front because of Bristol?
Well, good point, man. Good point because
I think a lot of guys are going to try, but who's going to pull
right.
it off?
Because normally on normal tracks, especially Daytonas and Tallahagas, Atlantas, stuff like that, that there's always the bottom line and always the bottom feeders, and everybody tries to get the top line working. But here at Bristol, it is a bit flip flopped, where that top line is generally where you kind of want to be. From my experience, from watching races, I watched you race a couple of weeks ago at Bristol. Man, you did a really really good job, but you're running that high line, and you're really getting some good speed coming off of the corner. On that high line. So, just like you said, man, it's going to be interesting to see if there's anybody that can get that car set up. And I just raced Bristol last week with the esports Xfinity Pro Series that we run on Thursdays, and I just ran here, and it was Xfinity car, so they're a little bit different, but it's still the same. And I saw exactly what you mean. You try to get down to the bottom, and you dive down in there, and you get a good run, but you stall, and you can't come off that corner because you always want to push up. And if you loosen it, then it's just going to swing around on you. So that
Yeah,
top line is definitely, you know.
you have to have a car set up to be able to run the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
To be able to use the bottom, the car's got to be set up for the bottom. And to be able to be fast, you got to be able to run the top. So, whenever I go here, I need to have my car figure out how to get it to be able to run both, because you can get it. If your car's set up right, you can battle on the bottom pretty evenly with other fast cars that are on the top. But, once you get that clean air, you need to be up top. It doesn't really pay to run, I don't know, for lack of a better term, hot laps by yourself on the bottom. got to be up there on the top, get that momentum, like you said, off the corner, that exit speed. Um, but yeah, if you're not able, if the car's not set up right, which I don't know if the majority of cars don't seem to be set up right to run that bottom and be competitive down there, but it's definitely not out of the question. It's not. I think we'll see multiple guys be able to do it. It's just who's got it figured out.
I agree with you, and I think when I'm sorry, I think I got a little bit disconnected, but I think you're absolutely right, and I think when we're going to see that is guys going to the bottom like that is early and often when they've got some fresher rubber, some fresher tires underneath of them, where they got the grip, where they can stick to that bottom and not have that back end swing around. But as that, if they get those long green runs, which I'm hoping that they will. I mean, you get 26, 28 cars out on this track. I mean, it can get pretty dicey pretty quick. But if they get these long runs and you just end up losing that grip on the back end, and that's what I really started to really learn in my last race at Bristol is losing that grip and then the tires spinning.
Yeah,
So when that starts happening, then you have no choice but to move to the high side and kind of just feather that throttle, and until you can get into the pit stop and either hope for a caution or you just have it set up with the spring shocks and all sorts of different things to where you can keep it. But that's where I think you're going to see it early and often on the bottom is when they have that fresh rubber underneath of them and they can get up underneath them and have that grip to stick and get that momentum coming off of the corner. So, um, it's that's. But I'm interested to see. I mean, like I said, man, when you get we have 26, 20, yeah, 26, 28 cars in the field. That's a big field, man. I mean, you're gonna be bumping some elbows. I wanted to try to have a really cool beginning, like I always do for our pre-race show. But like I said, man, it's been Easter, so I got caught, late dinner, and I got caught watching a race, and a good race going on, so I got caught with it. So I blew our normal cool beginnings that I do. But I'll be doing that next week. I'll do that next week. I'll bring back the beginning next week. I've gotten a lot of feedback on the beginning, so and I know guys are watching that, and I'm sitting here rambling as we're trying to kill some airtime. We'll wait for these guys to go to some green, and as I do that, but back to the
better you
points.
than me.
Back to the points. Trying to keep our viewers entertained while these guys wait for these guys to get going. But looking at the points here, yeah, I'm going to try to get to the points fast because I think they're going to get going here very, very soon. But surprise to surprise, Showtime Flash, who, like I said, is not in the race tonight. I believe he is live at Bristol watching that dirt race. But Flash is actually technically coming into this race in first place by a mere 8 points over Favre, who's in second. So Favre being in the race, Flash not being in the race, obviously that'll flip flop. Um, but Flash is in first. Favre is currently in second points, and third is Typical. In third. Now that's where that road course, Road America's, a couple weeks ago, where Typical just had a dismal race. That kind of hurt him a little bit, but I mean, it's going to be a long spring and a long summer racing with these guys. So, I mean, we haven't even made a dent hardly in the schedule. So much time left. But Typical's right there in third. Field Filler is in fourth. With his big win at Vegas earlier in this year. He got that win in Vegas. He's sitting there in fourth position. And then you have Stagger in there in fifth. And there's that staggering guy, man. And I'm calling him Mr. Consistent. I don't know if you saw on Friday night, B and Izzy, but I did a special broadcast for the FRR Truck Series guys on Friday night, where they did Eldora. Um,
I did not see because you didn't tell me.
I know I didn't tell you it was a busy week.
I'm
It was
trying
kind
to
of it
think
was
what
kind
I
of
did Friday. I don't know if I would have seen it anyway.
well
I can't
well
remember.
well it's on the Front Row Racing on the Front Row Racing channel. When you get bored this week or whatever, check it out. It was a as I keep knocking my daggone microphone out of the thing, as I keep on turning my seat. But um, yeah, man, that was a fun race. It was a fun race to 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 do. Was that Eldora race? But watching that, man, I was and I was thinking on this guy Staggering, who's sitting here in fifth in the FRR Cup points, sitting fifth. You know, and we're in week 8 now. You know, so we're a little bit into the season. But he's right there in fifth, man. He's now Mr. Consistent until he doesn't. He's my Mr. Consistent because he just runs consistent, right there in the top 5, top 10 every single race, and there he is sitting right there in fifth in points. I mean, so staggering. Introduce him as we get to go green here in a few minutes. Sitting in fifth in points. KB Showtime is sixth in points. KB Showtime is sixth. Perky, that man Perky, our Daytona winner, he moved up to seventh in points after an awesome race last week at Richmond. Perky started dead last week in Richmond. Dead last and got all the way up to third, I think, by the end of stage 2. And I think he came home. I think he got a top 5 out. I think he finished fourth or fifth or something like that. But I mean, Perky had probably aside from the Daytona win to start the year, Perky had by far his best season or his best race of the season last week at Richmond, and that moved him up to seventh in points, above Dan the Man, who's in eighth. Shovelhead is in ninth, and Death Before Dishonor rounds out the top 10 in points. And so it's got some surprises in there, got some not so surprises in there. But those are our top 10 in points. Flash in first, Favre in second, Typical in third, Field Filler fourth, Stagger in fifth, KB Showtime sixth, Perky in seventh, Danaman eighth, Shovelhead ninth, and Death Before Dishonor is in the top 10.
Lawson's out of the race.
And oh man, my brother just came in and said that Larson is out of the race in the Bristol Dirt race, man. That talk about a heavy hitter being out of a race, man. I think it probably every single person who's ever played a fantasy game in NASCAR who's playing tonight, if anybody's playing a fantasy NASCAR race game tonight, I think every single person had Larson in it. I would have to think for that race tonight. But for those who watching, anybody who didn't, who's not tuned into the real NASCAR race, there's a little update for you that Larson was dominating. I mean, the one to beat going into that race. But anyway, okay. So finally, did you get? We're going racing here, B Nizzy. They sent you some new invites. Nizzy, you there? Oh, tell me we didn't lose Nizzy. So, Nizzy, you there? Let's see if we I am locked in, right? Yeah.
You
Nizzy, you
know?
there? There we go. Now I got you.
Oh, you didn't have me before.
Yeah, well, I lost you there for a minute too. We're joining in. I was sending you a couple invites.
Yeah, I'm on the loading screen.
Okay, okay, that's why I was sending you
and I'm
because
on.
I didn't get you back, so I didn't know if you were. I was like, oh man, I was hoping, so I sent you a couple invites. So we're loading in, and so we're gonna go green. We're finally gonna go racing here. As we kind of load in,
Good.
and let's see. Hopefully these guys.
Don't
We
shoot
got guys
out.
all. I don't even know if they got going yet.
Nope. Did
All
about it.
right.
They did a lap.
And see that what they need that they're going to do is get a pace lap. They need to get a pace lap going, a couple pace laps to get settled in here a little bit. All right. Well, while they get around a caution lap and a pace lap, there's our field filler out there in the pole. True Death is up there. They're already backing out. They're going to restart it, so they're already headed back on out. So we're going to back on out as well. It'll be Nizzy. There looks like they're having some lag issues. Let's see if we can bring in a boss man here and if we can get an update real quick. Hold on, let me a second. Let me see if I can get him in here. Stay tuned with us, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all right now for tuning in. We've got quite a few guys, folks watching out there, and YouTube. We're currently in another lagging rain delay here. So let's see if we can. They'll have to reset and get it going. I think what they should do is probably just send an invite, a mass invite to the entire field. Just everybody get into it, so the lobby isn't open. Just send a
That's what they
mass
said they were gonna do.
yeah, just send a
They
mass
said they get
invite
everybody in
and then start it. Then run a
yeah.
couple pace laps and get everybody positioned in right. So that's that's kind of the norm. Because I mean, when you have 26 people, and they do the qualifying, they already have qualifying done, and trying to get everybody in one by one, and it holds that lobby for such a long time that it can create that lag issue.
Yeah.
Um, so, well, I think we're gonna get there, man. I mean, I'm trying to.
How
Like
are they
I
gonna do qualifying again?
said, I hope not. I hope not.
They are doing qualifying again. Not sure what happened that they gotta do qualifying again, but they gotta do qualifying again.
All right, let's give me 1 second here. Let's go back on into yeah. This is we're not off to a good start here, man. We are not off to a good start. We think we still now we're down to 2 viewers. We were up to 10 viewers as we were getting started, and now we're down to just 2 as we're down to another rain delay. So once we get back on, hopefully they get back on and can watch a good race here. Let me see if I can get the boss man in and see if we can get the word or what's going to go on. Christopher Bell? Okay.
Larson got wrecked out by Custer.
Uh, we are having problems with the lagging. The lobbies are lagging like crazy, so we're just going to get everybody into the lobby, and we're going to take a couple pace laps. Actually, no. We're going to do qualifying over again, and then just not even waste no time. Just go into it again.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, then we'll just
hopefully-
go. Then we'll just go ahead and tune in to qualifying, and give our viewers a show in qualifying. So just go ahead and send us invites, and we'll go
Okay.
ahead and join. So everybody's all joined in. We'll just watch and stay
Okay.
on in there if everybody's going to stay in there. Then.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Later. Bye. Leave.
I think that's the right thing to do, isn't it? I think that's the right thing to do, isn't it, Nizzy? Did I lose you again, Nizzy? Did I lose you again? Nizzy. You there? I think are you there? Nizzy.
You hear me now?
Now I got you. There I got you now.
Jesus, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, we are
But
all kinds of
just
having
remember,
problems.
we gotta back out after qualifying.
That's what I was just about to say. I was like, did I do that right? Because, you know what? We'll just watch qualifying.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then we gotta back out after qualifying of the lobby and join again.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because otherwise we're gonna be in
it's
the
gonna be
race.
right. Well, it's gonna be the same lobby, so just don't accept the
Right.
invite. We'll just watch the qualifying. I got kind of got ahead of myself a little bit there, because then we watched the qualifying just a little while ago. I think. Yeah,
We
we watched.
did,
We
didn't we?
did. I think it was Road
I
America,
mean,
didn't
we
we?
could do it. I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying, just remember, we got to back out of the lobby
Right, and then it
after.
just causes a whole big issue. It just makes it a problem. It just makes it a pain in the butt. So,
Yes.
but we got the invite, and I should know this by now. It's been long enough. So we got the invites.
I don't think Field Filler probably likes that they have to qualify again.
Yeah, he might have an issue with that, but he
I'm
generally
sure
kind
a
of
few guys.
he kind of trying to also kind of doesn't. I mean, he's a he's a very laid back kind of guy. Kind of goes with the flow. I mean, yeah, he was on the pole, but also, man, he obviously knows he has a really really fast car. If he has a qualifying setup, you can just check, click it back into his qualifying setup. He obviously knows he has a fast car. So, um, let's see if he gets it again. I'm tuned into to the stream now. I'm on Hick Ross the stream.
Yeah, I'm
And
here with Pittman.
okay, and I think Hick Ross and I was talking to Hick Ross in the uh
Big
before
leg.
yeah
It's
before the truck race, and he's back in the Snickers car finally. I kept on making because he kept on driving that daggone Skittles car. Where he finally getting back into the to the Snickers car, because the Snickers car, man, I just like that Snickers car. Makes me hungry. Watching qualifying now. I'm not sure if there's a few lags or if they're just.
big leg,
Oh
but
man.
then it's kind of starting to smooth out, but not quite yet. So, isn't Pittman in the 11? Oh no, I'm on True Death actually.
Okay.
Aren't you on True Death? I'm gonna switch
No,
to.
I went over to Hick Ross.
Okay. Oh, right. So I'll stay here. Yeah, they're lagging here and there big time. It's not pretty, but they're managing right now. Nobody's complaining about it. They're all kind of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Okay.
caused any problems, but it's definitely noticeable.
Yep.
It's like kind
It.
of, I would say, right on the border of unraceable. But right now, it's kind of raceable.
I hope we. I hope it.
But with 10 laps to go, this will not be raceable.
Oh man, I sure hope not, man. I know a lot of guys seen a lot of guys coming down pit road. As it's already 9:30. It's a good thing we
Yep.
probably didn't start the pre-show at normal time, I guess. But
Yeah, we've had
hopefully,
exclusive pre-show. We've had pre-show to the pre-show tonight.
yeah, we did.
We had NASCAR race day,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
NASCAR Fox
Yeah.
pre-race. We had
Uh
the whole real life.
huh.
Going back to the trackside days on Speed Channel. Start at 10 in the morning. Oh,
Yeah,
oh man, they
you're
got they
you're
got
right.
side they got side by side on in the turn trying to pit, and True Death wrecked in qualifying. After he
Uh,
made his pit stop, he was coming around to do a hot lap, and
ooh,
yeah,
hey
but it
Cross.
also could have been partly leg too.
And
But yeah,
I've had, I haven't experienced any lagging issues the past couple of weeks, but I know some
me
other
neither.
leagues have. I know some other leagues have had some lagging issues. So I know it still has been a bit of a problem for some leagues, and it looks like it's being a major problem tonight for these guys.
Yeah, this is
Um,
unfortunate. This is
it
I
is.
haven't dealt with any of these issues either lately in the last few weeks. Knock on wood,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, knock on wood. I mean, I heard a few guys have, a couple. I've around the community, I've heard maybe one or two leagues have had to postpone races again for lagging issues, but for the most part, I mean, like I said, knock on wood.
right.
Haven't had any myself, and either the esports league that I'm in on Thursdays or Hammer Down in a cup. I run the cup on Fridays and sometimes trucks on Saturdays. I haven't had any issues lately ourselves, but see now they backed out of that, so I don't even think they finished the qualifying.
No, they're making a new one.
I don't know. Do I put on tunes? I
Well,
try. I'm running out of material, man. I'm running out of
yeah,
material. This
it's
is
unfortunate.
yeah. This is running out of material a little bit. Something.
They're gonna have Staggerin make the lobby. He's one of the remember the last time we had these issues a few weeks ago. I think he made the lobby and it ended up eventually working. So
You're right. You're
he
right.
apparently is
Absolutely.
one of the better internet connections in the field. So they're gonna give him a shot to try
And
to
you're
use his magic.
and you're right. You're absolutely right. Which I'm trying to think which race is that. May have been
I can't remember, but it was like
may have been
this.
Vegas. I think it was when Field
I
Filler
think
won
it might
something.
have been.
And that, yeah, because it was about that time when they had those
Yeah.
issues. And yeah, Sagarin had a good internet. And speaking of internet, and glad to finally welcome back the driver of the 8 car, and that's G Petro. G Petro has been out for pretty much the past month. We've noticed Petro was not in the field the past several weeks, and he finally came back. He joined me in the booth on Friday night doing the special FRR Truck Series at Eldora this past Friday night, and he was basically at the mercy of the internet company where he lives at, where they had to the whole thing. He had to wait. He had to get all new equipment and had to wait for the installers to come in and take out all the old equipment that had some kind of big time malfunctioning going on with it in the building that he's in. So he was literally at the mercy, and he was completely offline for almost a month, and that's why we didn't see him. But so he's at the mercy of the installation crew. Finally got out there, replace his equipment, and we are glad to bring back to see G Petro back in that A car tonight. So welcome back, Petro. Um, so that's so speaking of the whole internet thing, and that's a good note. A good point, as you would say. Yeah, I'm pulling stuff out now, but no, seriously, I'm really glad to have him back, man. He does such a great job.
I'm trying not to announce watching him go 4 wide in the real race.
Oh, I couldn't get I
And
can't get I couldn't get. You see
that
my
beat and banging.
oh man, I'm trying to
Yeah,
turn it.
welcome back,
I
Petro. Oh, they're still beating and banging.
I gotta bring another TV into my room, man, because I have my phone on the stream so I can see what's going on here with these FR Cup guys get ready to get this lobby and this race going. And my tablet ain't firing up. I don't know why. When
Oh man.
my tablet ain't my tablet I've it kind of have a bit of a mind of its own. Last year I had a house fire which melted the screen of my laptop computer, and it kind of did a little bit of heat damage to my tablet. I mean, since then, I mean, I had the tablet was working. I had my phone. I didn't really even have a need for a laptop, so that's why I didn't even bother getting my laptop replaced. Um, but usually, like I could sit in here and I can pull up, the real race on my tablet, and watch, the stream on my phone of these guys as they get rolling here, and now I'm down the race. So, just
Yeah, I
oh,
got my tablet for the stream. I got 3 screens. Technically, I actually have 4 total screens.
oh,
My parents had a bunch of TVs
oh
that they
man.
didn't use, and I was like, you know what? I'll take them. I'm sure one of them. And I was gonna figure out which one I wanted to keep, but then I just kept them all.
And you know what? I got like a little 19-inch TV upstairs.
Yeah.
I got a little 19-incher upstairs, man. I'm gonna have to bring that down and set it up, and I'm gonna have to run another cable or something to get that going because I did this.
Yeah, I got the 155 I think I got, and then just a few small ones.
Because I
But
don't have.
they starting qualifying. Are we supposed to have invites? Because I don't think I got one.
I got them. So
Oh
when they
wait,
get
I
done,
did get one.
there you go. Okay,
So
see,
they're
yeah, make
starting
sure.
up.
Yeah, they're redoing
Oh,
qualifying. So everybody who's joining and watching us, it is getting it is 9:42 at night, and they are restarting qualifying. So we are way late. Apologize, but thank you guys all for staying with us. It's going to be a long, later Easter Sunday night. Um, who's winning the race? Is Reddick still winning the race, by or
nah, Bell's been
Bell
winning.
Bell?
Briscoe's on him, and now Reddick's right in the picture. Reddick's going to the bottom of Briscoe for second.
How many
Yeah, the
laps?
front two were pulling away, but then Reddick now, just as you said that, now all of a sudden Reddin's right there. There's 32 to go.
32 to go. See, this is the
31 now.
stinks. I don't have a I don't have a long enough uh, uh, remote headset. Like I can walk in as far as my kitchen, with my headset, which I can do right now actually, because I want to check that out. As the Cup guys, they are redoing qualifying here, so
Briscoe's going for the lead now.
they're in the middle of qualifying. So yeah, I can as long as I can stay here, I can keep an eye on the TV in the living room and see what's going on. So yeah, Bella's in
And they got good.
Ellie.
These three are battling hard right now. They're all trying to get to the bottom of the guy in front, but it's kind of like what we were talking about for this race. That high line is just.
It's
See,
just
Reddick
moving.
just pulled all the way past Briscoe and down to the bottom of Bell, and then they both just smoked him off the corner. And then Briscoe keeps going to the bottom of
Yeah.
Bell, but then Bell just gets him off the corner.
And just like we were talking about with what we're going to see tonight is that high side, man. They stick on that high side, and coming off of the corners, man, you can just get so much momentum and just carry that momentum down.
Oh, Reddick sent it, and he put Briscoe in the wall.
Oh shit!
He sent it on him. I was gonna say I saw him do it, and in my head I wanted to say if I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was saying in my head, "Oh, Reddick sent it," and then he just slid up with him into the wall.
Oh man, this is getting good too.
Oh, Briscoe's got to be hot.
He got to. They're still in qualifying mode. They should be wrapping up qualifying, and these FRR guys at Bristol they're in qualifying right now, redoing qualifying. Man, Briscoe has got to be pissed.
And Briscoe's hitting the wall now. He's losing a bunch of spots. Damn.
Well, I mean, if anything, if you're anybody who's pissed off, imagine if you're Tony Stewart, who's up in the broadcast booth. Or Larson, yeah.
Got wrecked. He was dominating, you were saying. I didn't watch most of the race, but he was dominating.
Yeah, he dominated.
I watched him get wrecked by Custer.
Oh, come on, Yaley! Oh, shit. There goes Yaley, too.
Yeah, he spun out, right?
Everything looked good in the first two stages, and now the stage 3, things are falling apart a little bit. But they're still.
Briscoe's in the wall.
But yeah, Tony, sir, because with Ryan Priest got slammed by a couple of times, and so if you're Tony Stewart and you saw Priest getting knocked out of the race early, and now you just saw Briscoe get pinned and slammed up into the wall. If you're Tony Stewart, being the owner of them, you're not happy either.
Don't want to jinx it, but I mean, they just finished qualifying.
Yep, they're just now finishing qualifying, so
And there weren't any issues.
Unless your name is Chase Briscoe and you're racing a dirt at Bristol, you're having some issues. Oh man. It's gonna be hard getting up for work tomorrow morning. It's gonna be.
It seems like they're ready to go. They have said they are not stopping the clock. They said all 26 drivers are in the lobby and ready to go green.
Wonderful.
So no leg issues. And man, watching this race in here, now of course it starts right when the real race is about to end. Like
Yeah,
it
for real.
goes that long, and it can't just go another 7 minutes
Yeah,
for
for
them to
real.
finish this fucking race.
Yeah, I know, and
So, excuse
I
my
would
language.
not. Oh no, yeah, no, that we, it's.
But I will.
Yeah.
But this real race did just get me pumped to watch our race because I think we're going to see a lot of the same.
I know, and I mean that, and and I'm a man of sheer honesty. We started the broadcast late tonight, at right when they originally did qualifying at 9 o'clock, so we could watch as much of that race as we could, and we could have just
Yeah, I was wondering.
we could have just played some tunes, for pre-race and check and waited, watch the races. They finally now got this gun going. I would have, man. I would, but always. I'm just playing honest. All right, so now they're running a clock, and we're gonna get going here. Let's see. Field Filler's now gonna start third, so he moved from first to third, so not a big drop. He's still right there.
No, but I mean, I wasn't saying he's gonna be like actually upset and take it personal, but just from the racing standpoint, I mean, the point of racing is to be as high in the field as you can be.
Right. It's just kind of like,
I'm sure from a racing standpoint, he ain't happy about having to qualify again.
Yeah, it's probably just like, kind of one of those things where it's like, God, dadgummit, you know what I mean? Just like, son of a biscuit, kind of one of them deals. All right.
That's 2 cars in front of you that you gotta now deal with
All right.
instead of what you did have to deal with.
All right. Now we can go ahead and join up. Nope, they paused it. No, they paused it.
Yeah.
They paused it. I was just about to say. They paused it. I was.
Now they're going.
Oh, now they're going. They're good. We can join up. I joined up right as I joined in right as they barely right at the right time. I guess I think I may have actually been the one that kind of stalled a little bit as I go. But we're loading up to go green finally here at FRR Cup Racing at Bristol. And I'm probably going to be glad that I'm out here because my brother's fantasy team has fallen apart, so it's probably going to get pretty rough in the living room. So I'm probably going to be glad to be in the bedroom here. Look who is on the pole,
Oh man, that's the inner. Oh,
Mr. Consistent, staggering in that 73 on the pole. Jumps out to the early lead.
oh, big leg on the start here.
No, don't say anything about lag. Don't you dare say something about lag. Don't you dare, Nizzy.
I might reverse jinx it because it seems to be smoothing out.
Don't you dare, Nizzy.
This happened also in that second to last qualifying session. It looked like it was smoothing out.
They're getting all right. They're all right.
That's what I was thinking last time. But just following along with the true
Yep,
here.
I'm kind of following along. I'm kind of following along with Perky because Perky, again, for the second week in a row, is starting dead last. Last week at Richmond, he started dead last and was moved up to third by the end of stage 2. Tonight, he's again starting dead last. But I'm riding with
back there. Big
they are
contact
too
at the
wide.
line.
They are getting crazy
He's
back
hard
here.
into the wall. Nobody giving any.
No, talk about rubbing elbows, Death.
22 to everybody just, wow.
Riding with
Not
Favre
four.
here. Riding with Favre, who's right in the middle of the thick of this, as things kind of get strung out a little bit here.
Reports of leg in the back. Leg in the back of the field.
I'm not seeing any lag though.
I'm not seeing any either. But that's what they're saying. I'm seeing it on my screen, yeah. Big time.
I'm seeing a little wiggle.
Typical is lagging in the race, but on my screen, typical is lagging like crazy.
Okay, so
it
yeah.
looks like a lot of cars are on my screen. But not on True Death stream. I see lag, but not as bad as I'm seeing on my screen.
And I'll tell you, I'm on. Yeah, now I'm seeing lag from Perky. Perky riding here in the back. He's got some lag, but like you said, I'm riding with Hickross on Hickross's stream, and I'm not seeing any lag. But back up here in the front, Field Filler has now regained the lead.
They're calling it. They're calling it.
They're calling it now.
Okay. I'm going to try it one more time or so. See if that works again.
Yeah, now they're starting to. Bad Martin in 19. Yep, and everybody's moving on. So I guess we'll back out too, huh?
Yep. I'm already backed out. They're going to try it one more time. Be very disappointed if this is, just going to be an issue every few weeks or more frequent than that even maybe. We saw the big leg issue a couple weeks ago. Seemed like it got sorted out over time, but this is very similar to that, so maybe it didn't get sorted out.
Yeah, very frustrating too. Very, very frustrating too. Very, very frustrating. But we're
Yeah, they're confirming now for the broadcast. They said they're going to try it one more time.
One more time. So it being at 9:53. It takes these races are normal 50% length for cup, so it normally take about an hour and a half from start to finish. So kind of getting on to 10 o'clock here.
We're almost pretty much where we'd be at stage 3.
Yeah. Like I said, man, right now we're getting to the point where it might be a long. It could be tough waking up tomorrow morning for work. I can tell you that. I'm not an early riser. I'll be the first to tell you, man. I am not an early riser. I'm really not. Yeah, we're in a weather delay.
5 hours is a big difference for me.
All right, so looking on my stream, looking on the on our home screen, the Front Row Racing League YouTube channel, because usually I put up the chat box. I was rushing myself because I thought I was going to be late. Put up the I put up the broadcast stream and forgot to put up the little box for the comments to come up. So looking at the comments now, and Miss Petro. Yes, we're in a weather delay. But yeah, they were having some lagging issues. So we're having a lagging. See, try to say that 3 times fast. Lagging rain delay. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Lag and rain delay, lag and rain delay, lag and rain delay.
Oh, shut up.
I don't think I did it very good, so I think I.
Yeah, you did it pretty well.
Kind of blacked out. I was trying really hard, honestly, trying to stay focused.
You actually did it pretty well. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Hey.
Yeah, the things we come up with when we still have to kill time, man. The things we come up with.
They're wrecking on the restart on the real race. Blaney goes around.
Me?
Blaney got dive bomb, put 3 wide middle in the first turn. Right off the restart into turn 1. Blaney got dive bomb middle and spun, and they stayed green. He spun in the middle of the entire field, and it stays green.
McDowell did that twice. McDowell did that twice in this race. Yeah, he spun around, did a 360 twice, kept it straight. The first time they threw a caution, don't know why, because he kept it straight. And the second time, they ended up throwing a caution. But yeah, it's 2 times in a row. He's spun 360.
Here we go.
Just like that. Just like exactly what happened to Blaney. McDowell did it twice tonight.
Blaney was in the front row though.
Right, Blaney.
He went pushed middle and did multiple 360s in the middle of the entire field.
I couldn't see who died.
It was Briscoe who dive bombed him.
Briscoe bombed him.
Briscoe's back to 6th. Yeah.
Oh man,
he's dropping back. So Briscoe is just really
we might see some
driving with a temper tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I gotta make sure to look at the stream to see where we're at here. All right, so they're in the lobby.
Yeah,
They're
they're
getting the
still
lobby.
in the lobby.
They're still in the lobby. They're getting them in one by one as far as the qualifying order. So because
Okay,
they did the qualifying. So
you're on whose stream?
I just right now I just switched. I just picked up. Picked up True Death. So
Okay.
I just tapped on the first one that came up and it's True
I
Death.
just
So.
left you. That's because it kind of froze up. I didn't know if you turned it off. Try to help with the internet.
Yeah.
So I
Actually,
just
good
jumped
thing.
on
Let me.
Favre.
Actually, you're right. Let me go on the dime bags. I'm gonna jump on the dime bags. Because I know dime bags is up there to the front. So I'm gonna. They have Favre, or they have Favre doing the lobby. I think Favre
Yep,
doing the
they
lobby.
do.
All right. So now they're running it down. Did you get another
2
invite?
to go in the real race. Yep, I got the.
Give me.
Run.
Give me the
30
radio
to
call.
go. What's he gonna do on 1 to go? Coming in 33. He goes high. Bell tries to. Bell. Oh, great move by Bell. Bell's gonna win the race. So Bell. Oh wait. So there's a car stopped now at the top of the track in turn 4. I thought Bell was defending the bottom because he thought, like I said, that Reddick was gonna dive bomb him.
So is it over? Or they
So
caution?
Reddick went. Yeah, it's over.
Okay.
But there was so Bell dove it to the bottom. He had been running the wall the whole race. That whole time he was in the lead. And then he dove it to the bottom, but I don't know if he did it because there was a car spun at the top of turn 4. So
Well, it doesn't matter if he won,
Reddick
right?
couldn't get him. Yeah, either way, Reddick couldn't get him on the high side. Bell just pulled away at turn 3 or 4.
Well, we are now. They're not going green. They're not going green. They're doing a pace lap.
Well, they're doing qualifying first.
Right. Right.
2% qual.
Well, because Favre is going to the back, because Favre started the lobby, so they're doing. What are they doing?
They're doing qualifying. I think Favre is just.
Oh, they're doing qualifying over again? Yeah, it is qualifying again. Well, we're watching qualifying then.
Yeah, you joined.
Yeah, it's like, I thought they were going to race. I didn't look at the.
I figured you, because that's what they've been doing every time, so I figured you
Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention. I thought they were just going to race. I didn't know they were going to qualify again, so I thought they were going right to the race.
I got the driver order, so I knew they were qualifying.
All right, well,
Maybe I should have.
well, then let me
You
get.
know what? You just got to back out. I'll send you another invite. A couple to be safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, once I'm gonna introduce these. Finish introducing. I never even got a chance to introduce these guys. So there's Pittman in the 11. Everybody knows. You know, they're Rapid in that 13. I like that paint scheme on the Rapids car. And I don't know if they're. Are they? I don't know if they're pitting. I think they're pitting.
13's a wrecking is what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't know if it was if he was backing out and they were having another lag issues while they were qualifying, or they're back. I didn't know what was going on. There's Trinity in the 48. Mini golf.
Many laps. I don't know why.
Yeah, mini golf. He's getting his qualifying in, boy. He's going. He's hauling ass. He's right there with the 17. Condemned Client in the 6. Condemned Client there in the 6 car. He won that truck race on Friday night at Eldora, man. He just dominated, dude. He led. Condemned Client, let me tell you this, Nizzy, on that truck race at Eldora. Spoiler alert for you if you end up getting bored and watching it, but a spoiler alert. Condemned Client, total domination, and I mean won the pole, led every single lap, and of course won the race. Complete domination at Eldora.
There's no point in watching it now. You just ruined all the drama for me.
Oh no, I didn't, because there's a lot of drama on. There's a lot of drama on how he won that though. So it's a spoiler alert on who won it, but you got to watch to see how he won it. But there's that.
How he won it. He dominated.
But you got to see the battle though, because he dominated it, but you know he didn't have his hand out the window type of thing. It got interesting. It got really interesting. I'm gonna tell you right now. TB, a guy named Man of Steel, TB13 Man of Steel. He goes by Man of Steel in the truck league. He made it very, very, very interesting at the end. Yeah, it did. Really interesting. But there's G. Petro in the A car. Glad to see that A car back on the track. Glad to see Petro back. He was up in the booth with me. There's Mac in that 17. Mac in that 17 and a 21 of mini golf. They were getting that qualifying lap in, boy. King G in that 41. I think they finally finishing up qualifying. Death Before Dishonor and that 20 car and that Dewalt car, 9mm, and that 12 car. I like the paint schemes on that 12 car, though. I really do. I like the paint schemes on that 12 car. Bad Martin in that 19. There's Typical in the 10. There's my pick right there. Typical in that 10. THC in that number 7 car. That's a special car, that number 7.
Take a quick bathroom commercial.
You go right ahead, my brother. Well, I'm just finishing this on up. Spence the Prince in a 66. Everybody knows Favre in that 4 car. He's driving that Hunt Brothers Pizza. He's getting that pizza at Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. So he's getting some pizza. So let me make sure I back out of here. Yep, I'm backing out. Don't worry. There we go. I'm backed out. I'm backed out. I didn't know that we were qualifying, but I just gave our viewers a little sneak peek at the qualifying, but I'm back out, so I should have plenty of invites left to go. Yep, got the invite there. No worries, Swerve. I'm got you, brother. I'm backed out already. We're ready to go. I'm backed out. Got my invite. We're ready to go, my brother. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we were qualified. I didn't know you were going to do qualifying over. That's why I joined. But so I had to give our viewers a little sneak peek, a little show. So kind of introduce you guys, like I always do. Introduce the drivers during qualifying. But now we are going racing here in just a few minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we are now going green, thank you for a little commercial delay. Usually I put a little music on, and then it was only for a few minutes, but we are finally going to go green here. The lobby's been good. We're going green. We're going to have some racing. Finally, FRR Racing, and this is the perfect time, Gull, because the real NASCAR race at Bristol just ended. I know you guys have just watched all that. You guys are now tuned in to FRR Cup Racing as we are green. Typical jumps out to the quick lead. Staggering there in second. Mr. Consistency staggering. That's who I'm calling him. Staggering. Mr. Consistency in second. There's Typical. Jumped out to a big lead here early. Field filler right there underneath of Death Before Dishonor. Death Before Dishonor on the top side. Field filler diving to the inside. He's got True Death on the bottom as well. He's making those fresh tires work. True Death on the outside. Trying to get the outside going, but Field Filler makes that inside line work, makes the pass. True Death looking to do the same. Death got up into the wall a little bit high. It's going to open the door for True Death. And Death Before Dishonor really trying to hold it up as Shovelhead now makes his way underneath. True Death makes the pass on Death, and here comes Shovelhead as Death Before Dishonor now caught on that high side. Shovelhead in the 22. Here comes Shovelhead trying to make the pass. If he can make it work, Great race in here. See, now Death Before Dishonor. The tires have gotten a little bit of heat now. The tires have warmed up, and now that top line's starting to come in. And now you can see Death Before Dishonor really starting to get that run on the top side. Looking back, a couple guys got loose in the back as big wreck in the back. I think that was Petro. He got to save. It was at the 8. Let me get back to the 8, folks. I think that was Petro. I know, I'm sorry, I'm making y'all dizzy. There we go. There's Petro. Yeah, Petro, he got into the wall. He got to save it. Got loose out of the corner, but was able to save it. Good save by Petro. Glad to see my buddy back in the race. Moving back up here to the front. Kind of go through the field a little bit. Back up to the front. Now True Death looking under Staggering. As Staggering got a big... lost a lot of momentum off that turn, and here comes Death Before Dishonor now. Death Before Dishonor now looking under, trying to make the pass on, but unable to make it. Death Before Dishonor is really, really loose. Really loose. You can see how loose he is coming off the corner.
22 was all over his back bumper. That's
yeah.
why.
Oh man, that
22 was trying to drive to the front here. He drove under the 38 pretty aggressively, and he drove right up to the 20 and didn't waste any time ramming him in the back. That's Bristol.
I don't know if you saw it, Nizzy, but Death Before Dishonor started up top, and he got caught up top. You know, in the first couple of laps where those tires hadn't heated up yet, and that top line didn't come in, a Field Filler and True Death were able to get underneath of Death Before Dishonor and make the pass, just like we were talking about in the pre-race. How they made those fresh tires work underneath and made the pass. But after a few... we got into the wall a little bit, and now Shovelhead make the pass.
Yeah, well... I don't know, man.
Death is really loose, man.
Anywhere for Death to go there with the wall out there.
Death is really, really loose right now. He has got that car really, really loose, and that is not good. Because this is just the beginning. He looks like he's really tight in the center, but really loose coming off, and he gets up into the wall a lot. Back up front right now, Typical has checked out of this thing.
Shovelhead going for third from Staggering now.
And there you see there's an interval between my pick, Typical, and your pick of Field Filler in second.
Shovelhead clears from third.
Yep.
Yeah, quickly he can catch the second place car. Who's in second right now? Is that True Death?
No, Field Filler's in second. You got Typical in first.
So I'm looking at fourth. Shovelhead in the fourth.
Yeah, that's how big the interval is. Typical's in first. Yeah. Field Filler in second. True Death in third. Shovel in fourth. Stagger in fifth. Death Before Dishonor here in sixth. And then we move right here to KB Showtime. He's got something to say about this. KB Showtime now, he's looking to make a move underneath of the 20 car, but look who's on the move here, and that's that double deuce of Shovelhead. Shovelhead made a couple of moves now. Sitting in a good spot in fourth spot. He's right here in fourth, right behind True Death, in front of what I call the wash. You know, I call that, you know, when you get kind of things strung out and then you got that group of, that pack of cars, I just kind of call that the wash. That's just the only term I can come up with.
Makes sense.
But Shovelhead's now clear of that a little bit. Things are kind of starting to string out a little bit here up front. Looking back here in the middle, Trinity in the 48, he got caught down on the apron, and so did Emmett Golf in the 21, big wreck. The 21 Mini Golf off of turn 4 got loose. I don't know if somebody got into him or he broke loose. We are staying green.
Come on, Mini Golf, I bet you, buddy. You can't be doing that to me.
And he's got a lot of damage to that front end, dude.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of damage. He came off of turn 4, and he hit that inside wall with a ton. But another guy's got a major... The Swamp has got a major problem. Now here comes Golf also. Mini Golf, he's going to come down pit road now and get that car fixed up. As Hickross now has already gone a lap down at Typical. That's how fast Typical gets around this place, man. He's already putting his, getting a lap on a natural lap on a car. Yeah, Trinity coming out now at a pit stop. Now let's kind of look through the field
19
here.
gets in the wall. 19 had a bad corner there. Looked like he got loose.
That's Bad Martin in the
66
19.
got under him. Well, these guys are just racing hard here. Ooh, he gets in the wall again.
Let's get back there. Let me get to him. Let's get to that 19. Shell hood. Mr. Rip. Looking at J-Lam here. He's got a battle with King G in the 41 back here. There's Pittman. There's Bad Martin. As Bad Martin now battling with 1.9mm in a 12 car.
He's about to get battling a car. Though,
Yeah, he's got his hands full.
Having handling issues right now.
He looks like he's really tight.
He's about to lose 3 spots in as many laps, if not less.
He is really, really tight in that 19 car. Gabe he didn't give any resistance to Favre. He is just really, really tight. I think Bad Martin is one of those that he kind of did what I did, kind of set it up really, really tight at the beginning of the run, knowing that it's going to get real loose as the run goes on. So kind of see if Bad Martin's able to move his way back up the field as the run goes on, kind of set it up that way. As we got another car coming down pit road. I think that's J-Lam now coming down pit road. And THC, he's here with Petro, kind of getting in the back a little bit. Petro in the A car. Gets around the 7.
Favre.
Oh, Favre, and got to
some
the
issues back here. The 66 checked up, or slowed up. He got in the back of him, came down onto the apron, and came back up into the 66.
And I caught it just as Favre and the 66 made contact. As here comes the 66 now. He's coming into the pits. A lot of early pit stops, man. It says pit stops are already being made as we're 30 laps into this. As Pittman also has made a pit stop. We've got a battle here between Swerve and Racer Rick. Swerve in a 9 car, Racer Rick in a 34. Swerve clears him out of the corner. We got some good racing going on around this track, man.
Yeah, we do.
Check it in. Yeah,
down here. He's about to lose another spot for this. I think it's 17 Mac. That orange car, yeah, that's 17. Yeah.
That's 17 of Mac. Mac in the 17.
Loose off the corner though, man.
And we got a battle here with J-Lam, Trinity, and looks like MN Golf. He's got some fresh tires, so he's trying to get back through. Checking in here now with Bad Martin. As he dives to the inside, he's going to go make his pit stop. So here comes the 19 down pit road. The number 1 of Dimebags, he's also down pit road. So a lot of these guys now coming down pit road to make some adjustments, because we're seeing cars that are tight. We're seeing cars that are loose. We're all over the place, but we got a good race here. THC in the 7. Swamp in the 48. He's got Spence the Prince in the 66. J-Land there in the 88. These guys are doing a bit battle back here. Trinity gets up into the wall. He kisses the wall for good luck. I don't know how much it's going to bring him, because here comes the 66. The 66 of Spence the Prince trying to get underneath him here. Great racing here. Makes the pass. Spence the Prince in his 66. I tell you what, man. I know he just came out of the pits and he's got some fresh tires, but he's starting to get going here through the field with those freshies.
Who's that?
The 66 of Spence the Prince.
Oh yeah,
he came out of the pits.
Had a little bit of an issue there with the 4. He got kind of bailed himself out of it though by just diving down the pit road, so he didn't really lose much time. But yeah, he was battling with them. I'm not sure what happened. He was side by side with 12 and it was like he just stopped in the middle of the corner and the 4 ran into the back of him and had nowhere to go. So. But before that, he was up there battling with them.
And I'm riding with Typical now. I thought I just saw...
Typical's goal is to lap the field before the next.
Yeah, I think True is being scored as our leader. Let me check with our leader. Typical still scored a leader.
Yep.
see if I can get the
Might have been an issue there with pit road, but
right, there we go. Now I got, okay, so Typical still being scored our leader. Green flag pit stop still being made around the track.
Shovelhead's in. Interested to see what he does
Yep.
as he comes out of the pits here. If he makes any adjustments. Not sure. His car looks pretty fast. The way it is.
Yep. Checking
Made
in
a
with
lot of
Dime.
spots on that start.
Checking in with Dimebags here a little bit. Dimebags in a one car, and we got a big pack of cars back here in the back. You got a big pack. You got Perky in a 14, J Lamb in the 88. There's your dark horse, a mini golf in the 21, and made contact a little bit with Bad Martin. Bad Martin checked up, made sure he didn't get into the quarter. Bad Martin now makes the pass underneath the mini golf in the 21. Golf has got issues in that 21, man. I think he's got a few issues with that car in the 21. He's got some damage.
The 7 car, is that the thing? Yeah, the 7 car having an issue there. Came up on the 4 with fresh tires, and the 4, backed it out, checked up in the middle of the corner to let him go on the high side, and 7 just lost it, went up into the wall, and got passed by 2 cars.
The 7 is THC. As
Shovelhead coming up on Favre now. Favre gives him the top. Shovelhead out of the pits, making his move. So I'm driving very aggressive but very fast. Usually when guys that are this good drive aggressive, it's because they got a fast piece and they want to get it where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
or
especially
things get strung out and it gets really hard to pass.
Especially when you got those
Look at these moves this 22's making.
Yeah, we get on this 22.
He keeps getting into Death. That seems to be the only one who's making contact.
Big
with.
wreck.
I don't think it's intentional, but
Big wreck in the back. I just saw somebody in the back. I think we stayed green with it.
I think so.
I heard the car. I heard the tires squeal and I heard the crunch.
Boy, this 22 is fast. He is fun to watch work around this track.
I know. I'm trying to get to that
He
22.
was putting gaps on people in like half a lap. I don't know if Death pitted yet because he just looks slow and really more out of shape than he was earlier.
There's
Death
our
getting passed again. Yeah, Death is way loose. I think he might have just wrecked. If he saved that.
I'm riding with the 22 now as he's
right there. Death.
Are you talking about True Death or Death Before Dishonor?
I was Death Before Dishonor.
Oh, okay. Death Before Dishonor. He had his hands full at the beginning.
I think he might have. Yeah, Death definitely. I think just wrecked coming up the corner.
And he had his hands full with that 20 car.
Yeah, now he's finally pitting. Interesting why. I'm not sure why. I'd say we could maybe ask him, but he doesn't have a mic, so we'll never know why he stayed out so long with such a bad handling car. But
yep, I think he's coming out of the pits now. As I got to get on the stream and we get a leaderboard. Let me see if I can find a leaderboard. I know right now that
he just got passed by Shovelhead, and now Shovelhead's about to lap him right away coming out the pit. So
I'm checking in with.
For that. Oh wow! And the Shovelhead is lapping the 4 car now.
Riding with the 4 as
I'm
Shovelhead.
So confused right now because he just passed the 4 car a couple laps ago, and I was passing him again. Unless I'm going crazy.
See, I'm on the.
Did the 4 not pit until just a lap or 2 ago?
I think so. I'm trying to.
That must be what it is. Then.
I'm trying to look for a. But True Death right now has scored the leader. True Death right now has scored the leader, so Typical has had to come into the pits.
On mine, it's the 41.
Oh, the 41?
Not
okay,
anymore.
yeah, the 41 of King G. He scored the leader, but he is now coming into the pits. As riding with Death Before Dishonor now, as Field Filler now gets underneath the Death Before Dishonor. I hope Death was able to tighten that thing up, because that thing was wicked loose right off of the start. At least that's what it appeared.
Typical back to the lead now. Be about 3 to go here.
Yep, about 3 to go, 4 to go in stage 1. Oh, we got a car sideways to King G in a 41. Got it on the apron, was able to keep it on the apron. Here comes the 22 underneath of the 3 car of True Death. This is for position, folks.
Yep.
This is for second. True Death in second. Shovelhead wants it. Here comes Shovelhead. Gets up underneath, makes a little contact.
Yep. He's a bit aggressive.
Oh, and True Death gives him a little back.
From True Death.
Well, look who came underneath. Here comes Field Filler.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And the 34 is now going to get by them.
The 22. As the 34 gets on him, and big
I
wreck.
don't think True Death is happy with
Oh,
Shovelhead. And I don't
no.
blame him.
But I mean,
Shovelhead also got into it in one of those qualifyings. He dove to the bottom in qualifying on True Death, and True Death wasn't very happy with it. Don't blame him, and I don't blame him for being happy with it there. I also can't blame Shovelhead for driving the way he's driving, because listen, he's got a fast car, and unfortunately, the only way you're going to get by, guys, once we get, like I said, after a few laps on tires, is you're going to have to move people out of the way one way or the other.
you're absolutely right.
Now, are you going to do it all night long? I don't know, but right now, you're going to make a lot of enemies, and right now, now you're kind of right there. We're on the edge there. The guy gets mad at you. One little wrong move, and you're wrecked. So
You're
I don't know if
absolutely
it
right.
can work if he keeps racing the way he is, but I can't blame him for doing it because he's got a really fast car, and he's not like going way over the line with it, but he is driving that thing hard. He's driving it like it's the last lap every lap, and so far it's working for him, but it didn't work for him right there at the end. Kind of bit him, and it didn't work out for the 3 either, so now you kind of got a guy upset with you, and you didn't get anything from it. So.
Right, but I mean, as you
Here
said,
he is in second.
here he is in second on the coming on to stage 2. But clearing it up. I mean, like we were talking, this is Bristol. The passing is very, very, very difficult. Very difficult to pass here, especially when you got these guys in these cup cars. As we see Shovelhead now go to the lead, so. And when you have these guys setting such a pace, and Typical and Field Filler were setting such a blistering pace, the only way to keep up with them is you have to be aggressive if you're going to have any chance to try to keep up with them. So you got to give and take. You got to have some patience, wait for the door to open, and take it when you can. Sometimes you got to make the door open a little bit that we saw with Shovelhead, but sometimes you got to make your opportunity happen on these short tracks instead of waiting for it. Because if you wait for it too long, then all you do is dig yourself a hole.
Caution's out.
Caution is out. So I didn't even get a chance to give a round of top 10 stage 1, but Typical won stage 1. Typical got stage 1. Field Filler in second. Shovelhead in third. True Death fourth. KB Showtime in fifth. Death Before Dishonor hang on for sixth. Favre in seventh. Pittman 8th. Dimebags 9. And staggering Mr. Consistency rounds out the top 10. That was our stage 1. We are in stage 2, and caution is flying, along with probably some tempers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And I think this caution's probably coming at a right time, man. I think these guys need to calm down and cool down a little bit. I mean, when these guys
or maybe they'll just give some of them time to think about everything that's been done to them.
Maybe, I mean, because when that green flag went, dude, I mean, it was hot and heavy. I mean, I didn't see much patience, really. I mean, like I said, man, it's kind of so hard. I mean, these guys went. When that green flag dropped, these guys went. But I mean, it's like I said, man, it's such a fine line to give and take, because the guys out front are so fast and setting such a blistering pace that if you don't go, you'll be lapped before you know it. So if the guy in front of you, you kind of, I don't know, maybe give him as much time as you can. But if the guy in front of you doesn't move out of the way, what are you going to do? You're just going to dig yourself a further hole and let the guys get away from you? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, it depends.
So in that case,
but also,
Shovelhead has a great car in that 22. No doubt about it. Shovelhead has got a great car in that 22. He was battling for second place with True Death. Coming down to the end of stage 1, points mean a lot.
Yeah, end of the stage, it's fair play.
Right, so we're coming down to the end of the stage. Now, it came out to be that Field Filler was the biggest winner there, because as Shovelhead and True Death got into it, Field Filler just came right underneath of them and passed them both and kind of stole second. But
Racer Rick got by him too.
So we're gonna give him so KB Showtime now in second here, and see what hopefully can see what KB Showtime's got in second. Typical gonna be here in first. Let's get back to the front. Typical back out front in first.
So why do you guys keep jumping from like 6th to first? I mean second on these restarts, from like 6th to second on these restarts?
Well, he might be only taking 2 tires.
That's what I'm wondering.
It might have been a 2-tire top, because look at Favre there. Favre is now up to 4th. Field filler is going to be in 3rd. You know, so you got to keep an eye on this. We got to keep an eye on this 22, because I mean, if you're True Death, yeah, you're gonna be a little hot under the collar when that happens. But I think you also got to understand, you know, the place in it, to where it's for second place. There's 2 or 3 laps left in the stage. I mean, it's kind of all gloves are off a little bit at that point, but at the same time, you still drive with.
That is situation right there. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, you still got to race with driver etiquette, though. You know, so where's the fine line on a short track?
I think he was on the right side of the line in that particular situation, but he also ran into True Death in qualifying, so I don't blame True Death for taking that, you know what I mean? And he was racing the 20 pretty aggressively. He raced, I believe, the 38 at the start of the race very aggressively, so...
Yep, you're very right on that.
In that one particular... And it's not... He hasn't really crossed the line in any of those situations, but it's, you know, it's kind of been a theme in this race, and... I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. As you see that 3 wide and the 1's in the wall in the back here.
Yep, just saw
not
that.
Saying he's doing anything wrong, but I mean, it definitely will upset people. Guys are out there. You know, tempers are gonna fall. It's Bristol, man.
It is.
Short fuses, man. Short fuses.
Short track racing means short fuses, and I mean, look at these guys. It's go time. I mean, it's a short track. You can't. I mean. Here they are. I mean, got a great battle here between Dimebags and True Death. Dimebags getting that outside line working a little bit, as those getting those tires a chance to warm up a little bit, get some heat under them, and get that high line going. Got a great battle here as they are side by side. Dimebags and True Death right here having a great battle. This is back here for like, I don't know, 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere in there, but great battle here. As they got Bad Martin right there in the 19 behind them. Mac in the 17, he's waiting in the wings. Trinity, Condemned Client in the 6.
Shovelhead again. Just like he has been all night, he's all over that left rear quarter panel with Death quarters on. Now he's under him. Now he's got a decent run, but Death gets him on the corner.
And Death shuts the door a little bit.
He hasn't touched him this time, I don't think.
Made contact a little bit there. Made contact a little bit there. I was on the blimp cam.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm not insinuating that there's any history or anything. I have no idea, but for whatever reason, when the 22 gets to the 20, he really slides up the track more than when he gets underneath other people. And
it has happened. Other people where he slides up.
It has, but not all of them. And a few of them were different. Like I don't know. It's just interesting. It seems like he hangs on that fender, so tight on that fender of Death, unlike anybody else, and then he eventually kind of slides up. The other instances were he kind of drove it up to the door, but either way, he's gotten around him. Death still seems to be loose. He looks a little too high in the corners. Like he's getting right up by that wall. It's almost like his rear end is coming out just a bit
here's
too
Shovelhead.
much.
Here's Shovelhead doing it again to the 33, 38. Now Shovelhead crashed.
Well, that's what happens.
He did exactly what you just said. That he was doing exactly what you said to the 38 that he did to the 20. Now I think I know what he was doing. When you get your nose up underneath that quarter panel like that, you can make the car in front of you a little bit loose. By taking that air off of the spoiler and off of that quarter panel, you can make that car in front of you a little bit loose or even a little bit tight. But either way, you can get that car in front of you out of whack.
You end up putting yourself in the wall.
Right, and that time it backfired because KB, he stood his ground, and the 22 ended up making heavy contact with that inner wall. So I guess when you try to make that move and you try to get under that quarter to get that car out of whack, sometimes you're the bat, and sometimes you're the ball, or whatever you say. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
The more you do it, the more eventually it's going to go wrong.
The more you do it, the more you're going to be a bug.
Choose your battles, you know. It's a long race.
Right. As we look here, checking in with Pittman now, looking under the 20 of Death Before Dishonor, who is all over the 38 of KB Showtime.
These guys have been tight right here for a while.
And there's that number 12 car. That 12 car also right there, and that is 9mm. Let me get to that 12 car. There's 12 car of 9mm who's got staggering in that 73 all over his back bumper.
There's that 66 trying to get in the picture again.
This is for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, as now they're getting up to Favre, who's in 4th. So now you're going to have, look like about a 5-car battle here for 4th. Oh, Death got up in the wall a little bit.
Staggered and 66 are banging into each other here.
Oh,
Death is flaring.
Oh, the 11 car got pitted.
Oh, they're still banging. Man, coming.
They are
battling. They're all over each other. The 73 and the 66. They're hitting the wall. They're hitting each other there. Wow.
That is
short. Now it's becoming Bristol racing.
Yes, it is. It's becoming
personal.
The 22
gives a shove to the 66.
Oh, he turned him around.
He
turned him around.
He keeps it, gets it straight again.
He turned him into the freaking point. Oh, man.
The 21 scrapes the wall. Still, are they going to, did they call a caution? I think they may have called a caution. 73 and 66 went 2 laps beating and banging off each other. The 22 said, all right, you guys want to mess around? I'll drive into you again. Drove right in the back of the 73, turned the, the 66, 66, chain reaction, went to the 73, heated. 66, of course, didn't lift when he got hit from the 22, so he just ran into the 73.
I did change the camera view. I had it on, I saw what you were saying, because I was on the 12 car, the 9mm, but on the rear view, so I was looking back at him, so I was seeing what you were looking at, what you were saying in a little bit at a distance, and all of a sudden you saw that green 73 just get turned sideways, man.
I was looking at it from the overhead. That was wild.
Oh, man, yeah, I mean, we said it, I mean, tempers will probably be flying, and I think after that caution got things to calm down a little bit, but I think it just got heated right back up. As now they're started as typical still in first, field filler in second, Favre in third, KB Showtime in fourth. This is King G in a 41. He is now a lap down, so he's a lap car. It looks like we got one. The Swerve now is in the pit. Swerve in the 9 car. He's come down pit road. And we got a battle here between the 11 car of Pittman and True Death, as Pittman was able to get around Bad Martin in the 19. And here comes a nice battle here with True Death, and this is Pittman versus Pittman a little bit. And Pittman in the 11 makes the pass on True Death, and now makes another pass on Dimebags. I'm not sure if that was for position or not. I think that was for position. Dimebags, I think, is for position. As now Pittman now setting his sights on the 22. Let's get on Pittman. Pittman is coming through that field. Let's get on that 11 car. As he's racing through this field now, as he's coming underneath the 22. This 11 car is on a mission here, Nizzy. This 11 car is on a mission. As he's coming up now on 9mm, and the 20, they got a 3 wide. Don't go through. Oh, the 20 came down and wrecked the 11. Big wreck. The 22 went around. Big wreck. Bad Martin got into it.
The 11.
The 13 got into it. He's wrecked. He's going sideways up. Oh, the freaking banking.
Bristol. Oh, man. That's tough for Pittman and Death, too. Death has had such a tough race. Seems like his car is so honestly bad for what he wants. And he's been hanging up there, just grinding it out, holding that position steady. all race long. And Pittman, as you were just talking about what moves he was making, cars seemed to be coming in, and they both get taken out there.
Yeah, the 12
Death,
car.
I mean, kind of hard to use the term, not to put any blame on Death or anything, but taken out is a strong word for Death, just because, that issue kind of arose from him just not having the handling to be as fast as those two guys behind him.
Well, I was on the 11 car.
He kind of got squeezed up to the top because those guys their cars had to get by. Those cars wanted to get by him so bad. And
I had just switched to the 11. I just switched to the 11, and the camera, I think, was on like it's here at Bristol. It bothers me a little bit because the camera automatically switches when cars go in a corner to chase view and hood view, and it automatically does it. But it changes.
I'm thinking like, what's going on with my thing? I'm not hitting buttons.
It changes automatically on these short tracks. I don't know why it ticks me off, but because I had it on the 11 car going as he was going through the field, man, and the camera changed, and all of a sudden you saw the 12 car get loose and come down and get into the 11 which started a chain reaction. But I couldn't see what happened.
38.
Yeah, I couldn't see what happened with the 20 and the 38 and what was going on up top.
The 12 and the 38 got inside him, but I don't even think they meant to get inside him. I think they were just so tight there because he was just a little bit slower than them that I think that whoever, I don't remember if it was a 12 or the 38. I don't remember what order they were in, but whoever was right on Death's bumper was all over his bumper because he was just faster than him, wanted to get by him. And so that made the guy behind him right on first guy's bumper, and then eventually they got inside Death. That first guy got inside him, and the guy in the back was right on that first guy's bumper, and Death just got squeezed up into the wall. You know, they were up high. I didn't see exactly how they got to the inside of him, but it seemed like they just ended up there, up in that high groove inside him, and Death just didn't have much space. And the way his car was handling, there was just no way he could keep it out of the wall. So he got the wall, and then that's what caused that whole chain reaction. And he got the wall coming out of the corner, and then that whole pack closed in, and then he came down into, I think, the 12, and then the 12 got the 11 and took out the 11. And then,
all I saw was that because the camera just changed at the 12 car. I don't know if somebody got into him, but came down off the corner. It almost looked like he broke loose off the corner, but he could have had help. But it's such a... like you said, man, it's Bristol, man. I mean, but that 11 car was humming, brother. He was on rails.
Shovelhead now, that 22 is he's tail end of the field. So I'm going to stick on Shovelhead here and see.
All right.
I'm sure he's probably a little hot, and he wasn't, I'm sure he's hotter than when he started the race. He was pretty aggressive when he started the race, so interesting to see how he manages his way through traffic here.
All right, well, you're back there. I think Pittman's also back there, so keep an eye on Pittman. I'm going to get on this 12 car of 9mm as he's next to Spence, starting about 5th and 6th. As they get in line here, typical your leader, as you see, typical shoots out like a cannon, like he always does here. Field Filler and KB now running for second. They got a nice little battle going for second.
Pittman, contact, drops back, Shovelhead got the wall. Trouble, J-Lam is loose, they stack up, 18 squeezes the 22 into the walls, they stack up. Pittman gets by all 3 cars there, he was the only one who kept it clean. Man, multiple instances in the back, combining into one instant, but they keep it together for now. Shovelhead now gets around J-Lam, who's having trouble here. 13 slow on the apron, he goes to the back of the field. He's just letting the whole field by.
Yeah,
so much going on, so many different races. We got 26 guys out here. There's only so much we can talk about, and so many there's 26 different races going on.
And I was just about to say,
while you were little tiny track, they're 3 wide here.
Yep, just as you were commenting on that, we were having a battle for second and third between Field Filler, KB, Showtime, and FRR. They finally got strung out.
7's wrecking. 7, it's head on into the inside wall and goes around.
Heavy damage to the 7 car. Heavy damage to the 7 car. I don't know if caution's going to come out or not. That was a single car.
Stacking up. The 48 gets the wall. Shovelhead gets into the back of him.
I think they're staying green.
With Pittman. Shovelhead just following Pittman through this field. They're almost to the front here.
Oh,
There was so much going on, I lost track of Chevrolet and Pittman. Chevrolet is just pushing. He's all over that back bumper of the 11. They're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Must be like 7th right now. From the tail end of the field.
Oh, we got a battle here with Swerve, Dime Bags, Mini Golf. Here comes Death Before Dishonor, G. Petro up in there. This is right in front of Pittman and Shovelhead. So this is the wash I was talking about. The only thing I can say is this is a washer car, just a wash. You're going to get dirty.
So this isn't the front of the field?
No, this is the middle of the back. This is right there in the middle. Right in the middle.
I thought they got to the front that quick. I was like, what?
No, this is about
they
10.
are moving quick. Now the 11s, they switched roles now. The 11's pushing the 22 through here. Literally, when I say pushing, they're bump drafting at Bristol.
Oh, big wreck at the 9, the 22 got into the 9 and the 11. Yeah. Gloves are off now, I think.
Guys are just throttling these things and just they're using the walls if they have to. Not intentionally. I'm not saying anybody's wall banging per se or anything crazy like that. I think guys here have much more respect than that, but I mean they're not afraid to consequently hit the wall. You know what I mean?
No,
everybody's just all out sending it through these corners.
Yeah, they're not afraid to throw an elbow. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because they have been thrown. Unless you're up here in the front with typical and field filler where you're completely clean. I call it the wash almost because you're either going to come out dirty or you'll come out clean. One of the two, but here at Bristol, looks like everybody's coming out with a stain or two.
That 18 of Hick Ross, he started in the last row or two on the restart as well and had problems back there with when Chevrolet was back there, and he's up there right in front of Chevrolet now. Unless he dropped back more and is a lap down. But
I know I'm sorry all the folks. I'm trying to probably making a bunch of people dizzy. I'm trying to get to all these battles because there's battle here, a battle there. Look, catching in. We got a caution out. Caution is out. That's the end of stage 2. We got the end of stage 2. We got to the end of stage 2. Let me get you the results for stage 2. That is the end of stage 2, ladies and gentlemen. So we did make it to stage 2.
Kudos to these guys. It's been a clean race overall. We've seen guys we talk about guys being aggressive, but so far it's been only 1 or 2 issues resulting in caution. So I mean, this has been some good racing. It's been excellent. If we didn't have the issues we've had, it wouldn't be Bristol. Right.
This is the edge of your seat racing that we're used to. I mean, you talk about edge of your seat. That's what I'm titling it tomorrow. Edge of your seat. Here's the top 10 of stage 2. Typical and dominating fashion. Won stage 1. He won stage 2. Field filler in 2nd. KB Showtime 3rd. Favre in 4th. Spence to Prince in 5th. 19mm in 6th. True Death in 7th. Perky in 8th. Bad Martin 9th. Mack in 10th. And Staggering rounds out the top 11 as we are now going green again. Field filler, he's going to try to get a jump here on the outside on the restart. He's outside of typical.
I was looking for that. I was wondering, field filler, can he get something here on the outside of typical?
Can he make it? Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Wreck in the back. Wreck in the back. Favre involved.
Chevrolet Pittman involved. Favre 48.
Looked like a bunch of guys got pitted.
Caution, yeah. Yep.
Caution would come out, I'm thinking, on this. Field, Favre is down there. I am so sorry, folks. I'm making everybody freaking dizzy.
Wow, it ain't you. It's the racing, man.
Man, I got to...
We are under caution.
I can almost probably keep it on one car, and eventually something interesting is going to really happen really soon. I'm trying to do my best here. I've never had a race like this, honestly. I mean, where there's excuse my language for family broadcasting, but shit is flying off the fan tonight.
Short track Bristol. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, gone.
So, yeah, not sure what happened there. Just that was a big one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That was a whole back in the field. That whole group just
instance where caution breeds cautions, I guess.
Could be.
And you bunch these guys up on a caution and get them all stacked up together, and that's
fast
what's
cars
in
the back with not a lot of laps left. 22, 11.
Well, we are in stage. We are in stage 3.
Keep getting shuffled back.
And I tell you who I'm going to get on this time for this restart. Last one I was on the 12 car of 9mm. This next one, I'm going to get on Showtime. I want to get on Showtime and Spence to Prince, because Spence to Prince is there running 5th, and I think Showtime, KB Showtime is there in 6th, maybe 4th and 5th.
Those two, yeah, staggering. A few of these guys have stayed steady up there.
So
within
Field
arm's
Filler,
reach.
yeah, Field Filler actually, when a caution came out, is in 1st, Typical in 2nd.
Yeah, Field Filler had a great restart. I don't know why. I had a feeling watching him coming around. I don't know if it was just he might have won that restart.
He did
Just by his off of the corner.
Yeah, and when the
Just by his
caution came out,
positioning, because I'm saying like coming to the line, like right as they came off the corner to hit the green, I was like, Typical had been taken off for some reason. I thought that 5 was about to just take off on him, and he kind of did.
yeah,
So
he
I'm
did.
interested to see here if he can beat him on this restart and get in front of him and get that clean air, what he can do with it, if he can hold him off. But right now, I think the 10 is showing. If he gets that jump on the restart and clears you, it's going to be tough to keep up with him.
Check this out. What do my wondering eyes do up here, back in the front? What do my wondering eyes appear back in the front?
I don't know. Spill beans.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's a yellow and black car.
Death before dishonor. I wonder if
Death
he's made
before
some
dishonor.
adjustments here.
I think he only took 2. Because this shook up the field, because look who's in 1st.
Yeah, he had to roll. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if we made some adjustments because
We've got things.
He's struggling to hold his own.
Yeah, but we've got this shoveled. We got this all switched around because look who's 1st and 2nd now. There's your
dark horse, baby.
dark horse. There's that mini
told
golf right there in 1st place.
And the 14 is remind me of 14.
And the
My
14 of Perky. At Perky, I'm
Daytona winner.
I am going to give these two guys as much TV time right now as I can because these are two of the cleanest guys in all the leagues.
And this is how you win a Bristol race.
Yeah,
Don't get talked about all race. Just patient.
You just do your
get
thing.
Through everything. Keep the nose clean. And this is what happens. You end up in the front row on a restart late in the race.
And True Death actually made a comment. True Death, the owner, made a comment. A positive comment to compliment, is the word I should say, to Perky. And last week when Perky, he started dead last, came all the way up to 3rd, and he did it by not touching a single car.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
He got from last to 3rd and without touching anybody. His name wasn't even called. Nobody even said it. I mean, I got up there when we were at Richmond. All of a sudden I saw that 14 car up there in 3rd place, and here he is again, man. And look at right there with your dark horse there, that 21 in mini golf. He spun and crashed and wrecked early, and here he is back out front.
They're going green. Mini golf gets the jump. Perky
got a
going
good
exit.
jump.
Might have hung with him. Oh no, he got it. Here's him.
And I was telling you, man, mini golf. He knows how. He does short right. He knows about short tracks. Here comes Perky in a 14.
Ooh, field filler. Big move to get up 3rd quickly.
14 is looking underneath. He's looking for that low line.
Death is loose up top. Dropping back. He's in 5th right now. Under pressure.
We got a bunch of stuff in the back, but that's all right.
Trying to get involved. He's coming hard up on that 38.
Kind of seeing back there in the back, but I am sticking with this 21 and this 14 because they deserve this airtime. They're out in front, 1 and 2. Oh, mini golf up into the wall just a little bit. Here comes Field Filler. Field Filler, he's going to have something to say.
Everybody said in the pre-race.
Here comes Field Filler.
Car can run that bottom as well as the top.
Give me on that 14.
He's trying to get that bottom working. Now he's up top as Field Filler's filled the bottom, so.
Yep.
He's going to try to use that to his advantage by going up top here at 14. Stuart Haas teammates.
Look at that line that mini golf runs. Mini golf.
Here he goes.
He's running that middle line. He kind of pushes up a little bit. He looks like he's a little bit tight in the center. He looks like he's a little bit tight in the center as Field Filler now makes the pass on Perky. Here comes Typical. Typical now making the pass on Perky. Here comes Field Filler.
I'm ahead of you.
Here comes, you're ahead of me, I think, by about a half a second or so. As Field Filler now makes that's okay, no harm, no foul. That's passing. That's passing on a short track for a lead. That's no harm, no foul there. That's what I say. A typical got bounced off the wall a little bit. Perky and Mini Golf, they're doing battle here for third. Field Filler gets out front. Typical now in second.
Right there, though. He's closed up on him right away.
Oh, and look here, right here's that 66 of Spence. Spence the Prince. He's right there with Perky and Mini Golf right here. This is all. A big wreck of True Death in the back. Big wreck in the back.
38 went around in front of the pack. I didn't see anything after 38 went around.
Oh man, really?
Racing to the line, 66 dive bombing 3 wide. Gets past 14 of the 20.
But it's called caution.
Yeah, caution's
out.
But...
Caution. I think he went down, so he tried to get
after the line.
Yeah, because he was trying to. Oh, I see now that True Death got turned around. Looking on the replay, the True Death got turned. I don't know if
I saw the 38 spinning in front of the field.
that was for the caution. That was for
True
the caution.
Death is not seem happy, and the 73 does not seem happy.
Yeah, the 73.
Oh man, there's a lot of beat and banging here on the under caution.
The 73 of staggering.
3 wide under caution, folks. Oh, 73 turns to 12. Oh, no.
Are you serious?
The 12 loses a bunch of spots. He gets turned. This is, man, this is 90s style short track.
Get on that daggone thing. Here we go.
Now the 12 is going to try to get his spot back. He does. Now the 3 once again unhappy with the 73. Oh, man.
To get in line, this
is...
All right, I got. Oh man, I kind of at loss for words here, man. I think I'm kind of at loss for words here, Nizzy. This is.
Now the staggering doesn't. He's running into the 14 now. So staggering doesn't seem to think everybody else is the problem. I guess I don't know. I haven't seen what's going on. I don't know what the problem is, but staggering seems to have a lot of enemies right now.
Was it something that you're just kind of fed up with stuff? I don't know, man.
I have no idea. I think it's just Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, kind of get beat up, bang around, and kind of get fed
now
up.
Now the 19 is locked up with them. That was coming to pit road.
Is it also come down to a situation where if you're taking punch after punch after punch after punch, eventually you're going to get tired of it and you're going to punch back? I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's.
It's just Bristol, like it's a lot of things. Bristol brings out, all of that. There's a whole bunch of factors. That's just the stuff that happens here.
Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get a lap count.
We have to wait sometimes an hour and a half for these races. Boy, did they put on a show.
It was. That rain delay was worth it. That rain delay was worth it.
73 is still wrecking people. Right now he's driving to the 88. Door slam the 88 under caution.
88's coming. He might not have something to say.
I think
he's yelling out the window. You know, I think
everybody is kind of just.
Yeah, he's just complimenting him on his hair. Yeah, he's just complimenting on the hairstyle and thanking his mom for the cookies and eggs she brought him today.
Seems to be okay with field four.
Yeah. See, just saying, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, okay, you're good. All right, no problem. We're solid. There's 66 of Spence the Prince, man. That sucks that he's out there in the back again because he worked hard to get up there back to the front. Back up here to the front. Let's see who we're gonna start.
He's gonna get slammed by the 73 now. 66 went under the 73 under caution, and 73 toward the 66, and now he's ramming the 17.
Why is every time as soon as I get off that 73, you're saying something happening?
No, but he's ran into half the field under this one caution period.
Unless if I'm on him.
This is absurd at this point.
Unless if I was on him, because when I'm on him, he's just driving normal.
At this point, as I'm not a driver in this series, but as a driver in general in this game, I'm offended by his actions at this point. He's run into half the field under caution.
I don't know.
Now it's a little clownish.
I don't know, because That's crazy. It's kind of funny because as soon as I took the camera off to try to get to the front,
now he's passing people.
what?
He's gonna.
You
he's
see,
gonna
now
hit
I
the
get
12.
off of now I get off of him again, and here he comes.
Oh nope, he's gonna ram Death.
I just saw that. Now I'm
So
on
that's
death.
another driver he's run into.
Oh,
I think
he's
it's
just
up
getting
to
into his
about
spot. Is what
9 now. In this
he was
one.
just trying to find his his starting spot. Is what he was doing.
Okay, but he's still ramming into people.
Well, I mean,
Intentionally.
it's are you saying it's intentionally? I mean, maybe he's had a few.
I'm
It's
riding along
Easter,
with him.
man. Maybe he's had a
Shady,
few.
I'm riding along with him. I'm on his on board.
Maybe he's had a few.
He rammed into at least 8 cars under that one caution period.
Well, maybe he's had a few.
Intentionally. I'm not debating it. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I'm reporting on what I'm seeing. Good job.
I'm just saying maybe he had a few tall boys
I'm
today
not
for
knocking
Easter.
it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling you what's happening.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna get back up to the
ride
front
with him
because I gotta
because
get
it's
back up to the
entertaining.
front here. Looking back
Yeah,
here,
that's-
KB Showtime. It's my heart kind of breaks for him. I
Typical's
hope
got that clean air now.
I know. I
This is a
hope
problem
KB
for
can get back
Fielder.
up there because he's now backing it back in the wash, and he worked his way up to the front. And he's back in the wash. Spencer
We
Prince
didn't
here.
really get a chance to see what Field Killer was going to do because the 10 was all over him once Field Killer got that lead. Then the caution came, and now Typical back in front, so I don't know. It's going to be tough for that 5 to get around him.
Come on. I hate this camera view of short tracks. It automatically changes when you get to the view. But riding with Spencer Prince, and I'm going to give a shout out to Spencer Prince here. Riding 1, 2, 3. Looks like he's in 5th position. His car is clean. I haven't said much. I mean, he's just worked his way up to the front there, as clean as anybody could be, from what I've seen. He's riding here in 5th, right behind Perky in 4th, and Mini Golf in 3rd. Well, here comes now True Death. True Death now looking underneath of Death Before Dishonor and Spence, right here for position. Here comes True Death under Death Before Dishonor. Death Before Dishonor looks like he probably has a better car than Spence the Prince, but they're running like almost the same line. So you're running this. That's what I'm saying. There's only that one line.
Them, these two going at it.
And
Little
see,
bit
I
of
mean,
contact, nothing, no harm, no foul.
all right, no harm, no
3 and
foul.
20.
But that high line, there we just saw the high line goes. Like you were saying, man.
At Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, the high line gets going. I mean, True Death was on the bottom there, all the way up next to the 66, and I mean, ended up losing, not getting that spot, and then losing the spot to Death from the outside. And now you see the line of cars in that same groove, kind of that diamond style. You're up high on the straightaway, and then you diamond it down into the corner, bring it back up, and then back down. So it's kind of like that diamond style. Typical checking out in 1st. Field Filler 2nd. Mini Golf 3rd. Perky in 4th. This battle between Spence and Death is for 5th. As here comes Death now. Death
really cleanly, giving him plenty of room, I guess.
Yep,
I don't know.
that clean as you can be. And here comes a crossover. Now Spence going to try to crossover. And look at that. He got off the throttle and did not get into the quarter panel. There we go. That's what we're prone to see. And here comes Spence trying to get that cross on back underneath Death, but Death just has a better car flat out, I think. Death has that better car on that outside. You can see there on the outside, he gets that momentum down the straightaway. And the same with True Death. True Death in that 3. You see, Spence gets that run into the corner, but he loses that momentum coming off of the corner.
Yep. Can't really add to that. That's exactly what's happening.
I think
one coming from the outside too.
All right, let's see if we can let me get a lap count for it. I haven't even done a lap count. We are at lap. we're at lap 170. Well, the next time by will be lap 170. So we got about 80 laps left. So we got a long way to go still, man.
80 is pretty fast. If we stay green though, 80 is go by quick.
All right, let's check back here. I'll check around a little bit. Pittman back here in the 11 car. I'm not sure what happened with him. He had that 11 car on rails and earlier in the race, and I guess that thing just got beat up. He's trying to adjust it. Bad Martin's been up here. He's been here in the middle all race long. He's keeping that 19 as clean as he can get it. He and Mac both. Mac in the 17 right behind him here, as they're right behind that 73 of staggering. Here's that 12 car right in front. That 12 car of 9mm now making the pass on the 41 of King G. This looks like it's about for 6th position. Well, no.
Tight battle here with the 41 and the 12. I'm not sure what position, middle of the pack. But
yeah, this is for position here.
Staggering's right there, and now they're all making contact.
This is for position here. This is all for position.
Rubbing with the 41. 19 now in the mix with the 17. Stagering trying to, now the defense mode, and that lets the 12 pull away. Now they're both going to pull away. Staggering goes with the 12 by 41.
And up front of this, the 22 of Shovelhead is making his march back towards the front. Come on, get back on there. The 22 just got under Spence to Prince, and now he is all over the bumper of the 3 car again. So here we go.
1 car out of shape on the backstretch. Possible wreck.
Was it 1 car?
Nope. He straightened it out. He got way out of shape, came down to the inside wall, I believe. Contact through the 9 and the 48, they hold it together.
We got a battle here for, looks like, I think this is for 6th place as Shovelhead now.
Remember coming to the end of stage 1.
Shovelhead, I got so close to the wall, I don't think he could have put a sheet of paper in between
Makes it work, though.
his door and the wall, but he made it work and made the pass clean on True Death. And that was definitely for position.
Gets the wall again.
That was for 6th. Typical is still out front, and now we got a battle back up here in the front with Death Before Dishonor and Perky. Death Before Dishonor now got around Perky. That was for 4th. So Death now up to 4th. Your 21 car of Mini Golf, good friend of mine, good buddy. Let me get him back on the camera here. 21 having a very, very good run. He's right there in 3rd. He's looking to get that podium. He's trying to get back up here in that booth.
No. We're not looking for a podium. I need him to get the win.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. You see, you got 2. Your main pick, your big pick, field filler is in front of him in 2nd, riding. And I haven't given him any love tonight. I got to give Field some love. I mean, there's been so much stuff going on. We got a battle back here between Condemned and Swerve as I'm trying to go through. Condemned now underneath the Swerve. This is a tight battle here. This is for position in the back. Oh, Swerve gets into Condemned Client.
8 car off the pace, losing lots of positions. Up in the wall.
I hate to see that. That's GP. I hate to see that. There's Typical out front in the lead. There's Field Filler. All right, now I got Field Filler by himself, and I mean by himself. I'm sorry, Field. I haven't given you any love tonight. I'm so sorry, my brother. But you've been driving solo with you and Typical. Just been driving solo tonight, my man. But there you are, just chilling in 2nd. Probably, he's got his Coca-Cola and, smoking his cigar. Got his hand out the window. Trying to, listen to a little bit of Alan Jackson. You know what I mean. He's in cruise control mode.
22 all over the back bumper of Death once again.
All right, I gotta get back to there as
Goes to the inside.
we
Way
saw this
down
battle
inside.
earlier. Look at that slide job!
Jobs him.
Wow, what a move!
The 20 kind of cuts the nose off of the 14 and lets him go because of it. Man, that slide job really got Death out of shape.
Well, I think Death's car is literally on razor's edge.
Yep.
Oh, the 22 gets out of shape and gets down the pit.
Wow.
I think he got pitted. That was not intentional.
Wow.
He got out of shape. He got loose and he got pitted. I don't even think that might have been his pit stall. Yeah, he did get out of his pit stall, but that's definitely going to be a penalty. I can tell you that. That's going to kill him. As we got 60 to go now, 60 laps to go. Riding with Spencer Prince now, as he is all over Death before. Saw a car get out of whack there. I couldn't see who it was. But there's the interval. That white and red car, Mini Golf, as you see, he's in third place. Field Filler in second, Typical in first. So this is for third, fourth, and fifth. Or I'm sorry, fourth, fifth, and sixth. As now here comes Shovelhead in the 22 out of the pit. So he's going to have fresh tires. And he's flying like a bat out of hell. He got Perky out of shape. That 22, he's got the freshie, so I know he's just driving that thing as hard as he can get whatever lap he might be able to get back, because he got lapped a couple of times in that getting pitted. But it sucked for Perky, because Perky in a 14 got out of shape and lost a couple positions. As True Death now looking underneath the Perky, and this is for position here. And this is for about six. This is for sixth. As Favre, he's up there. But here's Spence. And True Death got into Perky a little bit. No harm, no foul. Just got a little. It got in the back of him a little bit on the let-off point. Perky kind of gets out, gives him the high line. I think Perky's car is getting a little away from him. So he's gave the outside to the 3 car. True Death makes the pass for sixth. As Favre is all over that 3 car. Oh man, Perky in a 14 is dropping like a hot rock, bro. And we got a car around the 12 is around. A car just went through the air. A car just went through the air into the stands.
Into the
Caution, that'll definitely bring out caution. I don't know what car got airborne. Were you able to see what car it was? All of a sudden, the camera flipped.
Around the 9 slamming into the 12, and that's all I saw.
I think they're still green though. I could have swore I saw a car go airborne on a broadcast. I could have swore. But I tell you what, we got a battle for second, my man. Mini Golf is all over Field Filler for second. Typical is kind of checked out. I'll get on Typical. Let's find Typical. Typical is kind of checked out a little bit. THC in the pits. Looks like Swerve in the pits. We got a battle here. This is for 5th, 6th, 7th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And this is Bristol here. Spencer Prince out in front. And I believe this is for 4th. Spence is in 4th. Death Before Dishonor in 5th. And here comes Perky now coming down pit road. All right, here's typical now. This is how far out typical is on the field. Hey, here comes typical down pit road now. Here comes typical down pit road. So pit stops being made. Field filler as well. He's coming down pit road, as well as 9mm. Death Before Dishonor, True Death, Mini Golf. Everybody's come down pit road. All the leaders have come down pit road. And I think I have another technical difficulties with my partner.
You got me now?
Now I got you.
All right.
Oh,
Hey,
holy crap!
Double Ed just slammed the ball.
What the?
I'm not laughing
And
at that. Oh, he lagged out.
He's
I'm laughing
out.
at your reaction. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing. I'm
Because
laughing
I
at
switched.
Shady, I'm not laughing at Shovelhead Record.
I just switched to him
Man,
with the
so
camera,
he lagged
and
out. He just went straight into the wall.
he went head on into the wall and went and flipped over. I mean, it was a barrel roll.
Huh. This is just interesting, right?
And now, yeah, things are starting to get a little wild again.
I don't know if it was a leg or a quit. I don't think
I
it
don't
was
know.
a quit. I don't want to make assumptions, but
I don't know.
car just went straight into the wall in front of another car. Wild night at Bristol. Hit me on pit road.
Yeah, we got a big pack of cars here. 9 Mini Golf out here. You got King G, Condemned 9mm.
Pittman's on pit road a while. I'm a little concerned here. Pittman ain't moving.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get back to field filler. The field filler looked like he had some company from the 66 Spencer Prince, and that should be, I believe that is for position. I believe that is for second.
Yep, I think we lost Pittman. That's unfortunate.
And the 11?
Yep. Yeah, he's parked.
No. We'll see what happens. We've got a lot of racing left. We still got 35 laps to go in this race.
Tight battle in the back, towards the back here. 18, 3 to 17 to 73. I don't know who's leading this fight.
Sorry, my brother, I'm just finishing a little snack.
It's all good. That was my technical difficulties.
I'm trying to grab a little snack on this one.
Man, these guys, Condemned Client, Death Before Dishonor getting involved here. Up behind the 73 is Stag. He's trying to get around Mac. This whole lot of cars. 48. One car. Whoa, 48. A little squirrely. Gets under the one. Tree death here. Trying to work under that. Is that typical?
Yep, the typical came in the pit a little bit early, I think. But pit stops were green flag pit stops were made.
True Death is trying to get his lap back from typical.
No, typical. Well, I guess you're right.
Because Typical's the leader, but he's in front of Trudeath right now.
You're right. You're right. Trudeath is in 8th place. Trudeath is marked in 8th place. Bad Martin is in 7th. King G is in 6th. So King G in 6th. Bad Martin 7th. Trudeath in 8th. Mac in 9th. And Death Before Dishonor is in 10th. That's 6 through 10. Typical is your leader.
By a wide margin.
See, Mini Golf was up there, I believe, in 3rd when pit stops were being made. Field Filler, I believe, was 2nd. Riding with King G now, and I think it's Turkey behind him. As Bad Martin's in 7th, and Trudeath is all over him. As looking at Favre now, Favre going under the 14 of Perky. I think that's for position. I think Favre is in 3rd because he's right behind Field Filler. I think Field Filler should still be in 2nd. Typical is the leader. I can tell you that. Typical is the leader with about 21 laps to go. Ooh, Racer Rickenwald to 66. The Condemned Client also was right up there in that top 5. But we got to wash the cars here with Death Before Dishonor. This is for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. 48 to 1 guy made contact. Riding with the 73, who's right on the bumper. He's kind of laying back, though. He's not getting in the middle of it. He's kind of laying back, letting these guys kind of duke it out a minute. But that opened the door for Mac on the outside a little bit. Mac got a little high. Bad Martin slides up, opens the door for the 1 car. That's Dimebags in the 1. Here's Field Filler. There's Typical in the 10. That's our leader. Typical is the 10 car, our leader. And I'm trying to figure out who's in 2nd. Mini Golf is in 5th. So Mini Golf is still up there in 5th. Field Filler, I believe, is 2nd. Favre, I believe, is 3rd. Now, who exactly is 4th? That's a good question. I believe that's Condemned Client. I believe Condemned Client is 4th. I just figured that out. Condemned Client is 4th because here comes Mini Golf as they get around Rapid in the 13. Rapid is left. Rapid did everything he could to get out of the way. As Spencer Prince is in the 66, is in 4th. Mini Golf is the 21. He's in 5th. That's a definite. I can see that on the leaderboard on Trudeath. That Golf is in 5th. So this is for position that Spencer Prince in the 66 having a great run, currently in 4th, but he's got his hands full with Mini Golf. And that's for 4th, and Favre is up there in 3rd. There's the interval between he and Favre. As Favre now in 3rd, who is starting to catch the 5 of Field Filler, who has been in 2nd pretty much all race behind Typical. And Hicross, he turned it right into the wall to get out of the way. Oh, man. Talk about taking one for the team. I think he just made the whole caved in the right side of his car to make sure he got out of the way of Field Filler and Favre. Oh, man. Hats off to that 18. And he's finally driving that Snickers car. And just FYI, the 22 has taken it to the garage. And as we said, that was just crazy. Here comes mini golf. Mini
Down
golf looks like
there, 10 to go.
mini golf up into the wall. He's trying to hold
Into
on
the
to
wall
it.
hard. Him and 17 been battling this whole run here.
I think we got
Pretty
8 to
hard.
go. I think we're actually got 8 to go because
Oh,
True
hard,
Death
yeah.
True Death just made the pass or just crossed the line and said 9 to go, and I know he's a lap down. So he's at 18. So we got 7 to go. As Favre now is all over Field Filler for second. Typical's pretty much walking away with this. Typical's the leader. The battle here now is for second and third, and that's between Field Filler and Favre. And Favre just went around. Field Filler gave him second. Wow.
No, Favre's not battling for position.
Oh, he's not?
No, he said that on. He's in 15th right now.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
so...
I was a little late on that. But yeah,
that's
Favre,
all right.
yeah.
I had no idea. Okay, so Field Filler is still in second, I believe. They finally get on Typical. Typical deserves it, as Typical now coming up on Mini Golf, who is about to be last, but Mini Golf is actually, like 5th, I think.
He's had a great run to go.
As we got now, I think we should have 2 or 3 to go. I think we have 3 to go. 2 to go this time by.
48-17, some pretty heavy contact. 48-17. They checked up with 48 go by back there.
Well, I'm going to finally give some camera love to Typical and apologize to him. I wasn't able to get it. As the white flag is out, 1 lap to go here at Bristol for Typical. Oh, the 66 just crashed it into the wall. Oh. Typical comes around, takes the checkered flag. Typical, you're a winner at Bristol. I'm not sure where the 66 is going to finish, but he just took it head on in the wall, man.
Yep. Good
And
win
that
for
does
Typical,
it.
Man.
Typical gets the win. Field Filler
Has he
in
won
second.
yet this year?
Who, Typical?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I believe, his 3rd win.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Field Filler in second. Catch it out.
Dominated
Perky got 3rd. Perky in a 14 got 3rd.
Good for Perky.
Yeah.
Another car that shows some speed up there for
And
a
then
while. Him
Mini
and that 21
Golf.
got up there and never fell back.
Mini Golf comes in 4th. King G in 5th. What a heck of a run by King G in the 41. And I didn't give him any love this tonight, as much love in the camera. Because he said it was basically, if you're clean, you didn't. We were getting everything dirty. And let me run down the top 10 real quick. Typical gets your win. Field Filler in 2nd. That man Perky 3rd. Mini Golf in 4th. King G in 5th. Death Before Dishonor in 6th. And my phone cut out, so I lost the rest of the leaderboard. Oh man! All right, so let me take a second. Let me get these winners in here. Who did I say was? It was Typical. It was a Typical. Field Filler. Come on. Typical, Field Filler. Oh man, who was it? That man Perky, that's right. That man Perky. How do I don't have Typical on here? Let me see if I should have Typical or winner. I should have them in here. As we got Perky in here, now we just need our winner Typical. Let me go down the list. I should have Typical. How do I not have Typical on here? There's True. Okay. Just I'm trying to find Typical to send him an invite here. If you can throw him one, because I can't find him in my list. I don't know why. There he is. Okay, I got him. Uh, that man Perky, and he's already in here. All right, so let me get on. What a very very uh very exciting race, I guess to say. There's typical our winner now. Um, Nizzy, are you still in here? Nizzy. And Nizzy's had some. Nizzy's had a has
He
had
probably
some.
fell asleep. I mean, it's only an hour late for the race.
No, no, nobody fell asleep. Nobody fell asleep during this race, my friend. Trust me. Nobody fell asleep during this race. I think he was having connection issues all pretty much
Let me
even.
tell you something. I just took like a 2.5 minute piss.
There
So
it is. Okay, so that's why.
that,
I was
yeah, I
wondering
was
what was
too
going
busy
on.
watching the race that I didn't even take
Yeah,
care
I
of
was.
my health
He
needs.
was about to say maybe he fell asleep. Oh, nobody could fall asleep during that one, man. Um, let's get to our third place finisher, and that's that man Perky in the 14. Um, Perky, you there, brother?
I am. Let me tell you, this feels like a win because I was hoping to get a top 15 here. So,
Oh man, it's been a while since we got you in the booth, man. You had your Daytona win. We've had you in the booth once or twice. It's been a little bit while, man. What a heck of a run that you have had the past 2 weeks, man. And I said it on the broadcast a couple of times. The run that you had at Richmond last week, starting dead last, working your way all the way up to third by stage two. I think you finished top five still, fourth or fifth at the end. And here again tonight, you started dead freaking last, and got yourself a third place finish, man. Congratulations, because that's. I know that you got to be sweating bullets and you got to be tired after that run, but tell me how you were able to do that, dude.
yeah, you're not kidding. I was worn out. I was not expecting to finish in the top 10. I did not have a top 10 car. But what helped me get up to the front was that third stage where we took, like, I think 3 green flag laps or whatever. I took 2 tires on that stop and got me up to, I think, the outside of the first row. And I was able to stay up there because I have a good short run car, so my car falls off a little bit quicker, I believe, than the others. And then I was able to stay up there. Then the next caution, I was in fourth, and I came out in fourth and just held my ground, did what I had to do, and then I came into pit road a little bit early, I think 5 to 10 laps earlier than the other people, and that just propelled me quite a bit further than the others, and I was able to gain a big enough lead to where by the end of the run, I was just enough ahead to where I could stay up there. But like I said, this is like a win to me. I went across the finish line screaming. So
I bet you were, man. I mean, that was a very, very, very action-packed race.
yeah,
Um, I know there was a lot going on. We'll kind of get into that here in a little bit. But what was your strategy? Because I mean, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that driver's chat. But what was kind of your strategy? I mean, when things really really got hot and heavy. I mean, was it kind of for you? Was it a little bit gloves off, or did you just kind of get more focused and concentrate on trying to get through the field the best you could?
I mean a little bit of both. It was some pit strategy. So whenever the cautions came out, like I took advantage because I missed quite a few wrecks too. Like I slowed down, got through some wrecks, picked up a few spots here and there, and then I mean I just was patient coming through the field. Uh, Took advantage of pit strategy, like I said there in that last stage, which propelled me from I think around 10th or so up to the outside of the front row. And I was just able to hold my ground and do what I had to do to stay up there. Like I said, I did not have a top 10 car, I don't think, but with the way the outside works here, you don't have to have the best car to be on the outside and keep the people off from the bottom. So whenever I know Field got to me, I just let him go because I saw the big advantage I had from him to third. So I wasn't going to fight him too much and risk of letting the others catch up to us. So I let him go and just tried to run my qualifying laps basically to minimize the ground that they would take from behind me, and it worked.
I tell you what, it did work. It got you all the way up to third, man. Congratulations. I mean, class of the field. I mean, I said it earlier in the broadcast, at the beginning of the race, how you were able to just get through the field twice. I mean, last week you got, and I even made a statement that you got such a good compliment from the owner that you got through the field from last to third without even touching anybody, without your name being said. You're the silent assassin, almost, man. You do it quietly, you do it with class, you do it with professionalism and driver etiquette, whatever you call it. But man, you are there at the end, dude. Congratulations.
They call me the closer.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. That's right now. It's a silent assassin because you don't sit here much.
I like that.
You just kind of you get there. You're just in there like in the shadows almost, man. And then you come up and strike. And I like that. I like that, man. Congratulations. Hats off to you. Our Daytona winner and finished third here tonight and got up into the podium, man. Always glad to have you in the booth, brother.
Appreciate it. Patience is key.
Definitely.
Good job, Perky.
Definitely. Absolutely. And speaking of patience, we'll go on to our second place finisher. And I mean, talk about patience. I mean, you almost kind of had it there, Field. I mean, you had a rocket in that black and gold number 5 car, dude. You had, I mean, you had a rocket. You were just flying.
Well, it's kind of funny. First off, I want to thank Perky for not fighting me too hard there to the end. I had better tires than he did, and I knew that. But he probably could have fought me for it, and it could have been a big risk for both of us.
I had no shot there, so
that. Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a strange race. You know, the beginning was just awful. We couldn't get the lag out of the room till FAR finally made the room, and we qualified 4 times, and I felt good the first time we qualified. I qualified on the pole.
Yeah, you got the pole the first time,
yeah.
and then you got caught in the third and fifth, the third and fourth time. Nizzy was making. He's like, man, the person is going to be kind of upset, not really upset because you're not that kind of person, but kind of like son of a,
we qualified 4 times. I qualified first, second, third, and third. So, luckily I was able to maintain that and stay up there because I think being out of traffic was huge from what I could hear from my other teammates. It was just a mess back there, but
yes,
which is typical Bristol. But I finished second in every practice race all week, but it wasn't to typical. It was to Shovelhead, who I thought hands down was going to win this race, and I don't know what happened to him. But I thought Shovelhead had the car to do it. He apparently got caught up in some stuff. Typical, congratulations. I mean, oh God, I don't know what in the world he's got in that car, but there was no keeping up with that thing. I mean, once you got 10 laps on your tires, he was gone. There was no way to catch him. So there, in the last stage, I just started riding a little easier. I wasn't going to burn my stuff up trying to catch somebody that I wasn't going to catch. So
right.
I pretty much put it in my head I was going to be, top 3 or so and let it go at that. But there was a little controversy earlier on in the run. We had a pit stop, and in our captain's chat where all the cautions are called, there was so much discussion going on between every caution, trying to figure out who's where and what's going on, and I kept waiting for him to call the pits to be open, and they called it. I was already I was past the line, and I had to turn left real quick and almost hit the wall to get into pit road, of which I got a black flag. So luckily I got to lobby and get my spot back. Otherwise, I was going to be back in 20 something. Because I got a 15-second penalty,
Right.
So luckily, I was able to appeal my way back to my original position. So, which I think was probably the right call. But so, but no, it was other than that. I had one incident where I had a little criticism for taking it 3 wide, where I almost didn't have a choice, and I really don't think that anybody that was
I think I know that.
behind me would. I mean, it wouldn't have done the same thing. But
Well, I
so there
think
was
I
a
know
case
what.
where, yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. If that was there was an incident there right at the end of stage two. A Shovelhead and I think it was True Death.
yeah, that was it. Yeah,
They were going. They were. I mean, it was almost like a back alley brawl between those two.
yep.
But it's you're coming to the end of a stage. We'll kind of get into we'll kind of touch into that here a little bit. But anyway, you were like I said at the end of the stage, you were the big winner on that because I think True Death was originally in second. Shovelhead came around them. They made contact, and they were up against the wall, and you just came underneath of them and like almost kind of snuck in and stole second. Um, which I mean, hey, I mean it's race. I mean, coming to the end, what are you supposed to do? Hit the brakes while they're up against the wall? I mean,
Well, I tried to. Yeah, I agree, and we had a conversation about that move, and I was thinking if it was me and True and Shovel was behind us, Shovel, there. I mean, there's no way you wouldn't make that move. I mean, you can't just hit the brakes and then let all the people behind you go by and hit you. And
No, and I
so,
hope
yeah,
I hope that when the film is being viewed on the broadcast because I had it on I had it on True Death's car when that was happening and you could see the momentum that you had that you just flew right by. I mean, I hope the broadcast helps clears if anything up. I didn't even know that there was any kind of discussion on that.
well, it wasn't nothing bad. There was just a couple of words said.
Yeah,
That,
but I mean, hey, man, you did what you had to do. It's Bristol. It's short track racing. Gloves came off, back alley brawl, whatever you want to call it. But you did what you needed to do, and you were up front, which is where you needed to be. So congratulations, man. You're having a great run here the past couple of weeks, man. Really consistent. Up there in the points, man. You know what you need to do to get in that top four. You're in that top four last year, man, and I could tell that's where your goal is this year.
yep, that's the goal.
Uh, Congratulations, man. I'm gonna let you go and
Thank you.
celebrate and and get a beverage and kind of relax a little bit and take
Yeah,
a breath.
we definitely need that.
and I'm gonna bring on our winner here, and that is in this 10 car, which I don't know. You call it a supersonic rocket. I don't know what you would call it. You call it whatever you want. A supersonic missile. Uh, Typical, man. Once again, you proved that there is no commentator curse with me because you were my pick, and you once again crushed it out of the wall, man. Congratulations
Yeah,
on
thank you.
total domination, man. You won stage one, stage two, and the race, dude. I mean, just you can't give away secrets. I know that. Don't worry about that. But give me what your thoughts were going through the race, and from your perspective. And I do gotta apologize a little bit. I didn't give you near as much camera love as I could have because there was so much going on, and you were so far out in front that you were just like in cruise control mode. And you'll see in the broadcast, man. And I'll shut up here in a second. That there was so much going on. I kept on trying to get to you to show you the lead. And so I got to apologize on that I didn't get you as much as I wanted to, but you were just that far ahead, and there was so much going on. But congratulations, dude, really, on getting your third win of the season now?
A second.
Second win. Okay, I knew it was I know it's a multi-win, but daggone, dude, you had a supersonic missile.
Yeah, yeah, you're good on the camera part. That's totally fine with me. Hit the wall a couple times, so I don't know. Phil Phillips said it first. Clean air was this key to everything, and as soon as quick as you can get it is the better. Because Phil Phillips, if he just rode the high side, there's no way I'm passing him. But I'm pretty sure at one point he just let me go. So, and
Oh, it
you know
didn't take
the
me much thinking to let you go. Nope.
yeah, he just kind of gave it to me, which I appreciate. Actually, I appreciate everybody in the field tonight because most of them didn't try to battle or hold me up. They kind of just let me go. So those were key factors to that too. Um, Clean racing.
I mean, I tell you what. I mean, you're just kind of dialed in here. I mean, you're way up there in points. Just Flash Nine, and I know he wasn't in a race tonight. With the points and stuff like that. I don't know how it's going to shake out because I'm not exactly sure where Favre finished. Things got so jarbled. I thought Favre was up there towards the front, but then we got word that he was kind of toward the back.
Yeah. So his pit stop was on that backstretch, right? And he finished one of the stages like fourth or fifth, and then it put him 17th. And I think he got pitted or maybe wrecked, and they put a lap down after that, which is unfortunate. I think something should have been done about that, but.
But from a points perspective, man, I mean, like we were talking about with field filler, I mean, the goal is, the ultimate goal is to raise that trophy at the end, man. And I mean, you just kind of look like locked into it. I mean, but is Bristol just kind of one of your, just one of your favorite tracks, or
It's
I
my home
mean,
track, man. It's got to be.
oh, it's your home track. Is that why?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's
And
why I knew there was a little secret in there, a little bit. I'm
oh
not,
yeah.
I don't, I don't ever divulge your main secrets, but I didn't know it was your home track. You're from Tennessee?
Oh yeah.
What part of Tennessee? But actually Bristol, or
No, I mean no. I mean it's like in my state, but I'm from Pigeon Forge.
oh, okay, okay. Typical man. Congratulations, dude. Always, man. It was. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what much to say other than the fact that it was just like kind of like the truck race the other night. Condemned Client dominated that, and you absolutely dominated this race. Nobody could touch you, man.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean after the last two races, those didn't really go as planned like I expected. I felt like I could have won last week, so this
and
week
that
I was
I
just
and
trying my
that did
hardest.
remind me. That did remind me. I don't mean to cut you off. That did remind me that I know in Road America that was probably the most frustrating race for you because we saw, B Nizzy even commented on that broadcast that you like picked up like six positions in two turns, and it ended up just it ended up in a not the way that you wanted. So everybody's been in that position. So this has got to kind of give. Definitely gets that bad taste out of the mouth from that race to have such a dominating performance tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean even Richmond, I felt like I could have won. So, just going into this race, I know I just lost a ton of points to Favre and Flash. I think Favre would come out points leader because I don't think I was close enough to overtake that. But as soon as I got up front, I never looked at my mirror again.
Oh man, congratulations, typical. Absolutely, man. I mean, look forward to seeing you again next week. I mean, I might just have to keep picking you until, you know.
No, man, what time is gonna
Well, awesome, and I'm gonna let you go and celebrate and enjoy this win for this week. Take it all in, and I know you're kind of on cruise control, but I know it's still got to be stressful. I mean, you now can kind of breathe a little bit, get yourself a beverage, and enjoy this win, dude. Enjoy this win because you certainly just earned it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'll see you next week.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. And man, that's Bristol. Yeah,
Hey,
being is
Sadie, what all did you
yes.
find to talk about during that hour-long delay?
You'll have to watch and find out a little bit. we were talking. Being Izzy and I, we have fun we have fun filling the airtime. We had fun
Yeah,
filling the
well,
airtime.
I haven't said it yet, when I've been up here, but yeah, we really appreciate what you do, especially on nights like this, where you got to be pulling your hair out trying to figure out what's going on.
We have we
We,
trust
we
we
got
trust.
to broadcast the real race for a little there, so we felt like real pros for a little while.
There you go.
Yeah,
We had
we
nothing
have
else to
fun.
do.
Yeah, we always make something up, man. We always have a lot of fun. We were just hoping that we weren't going to call it that. we were at that point there of no return. It was either all or nothing, and we had our fingers crossed and made it happen. We got the race in. And talk about edge of your seat racing. True Death, are you still in? Is True still here?
Well, he's in the room, but he must have fell asleep.
Yeah, he must. It's getting late. It's almost midnight. I can't believe that. It's gonna be hard getting up for work in the morning. So we're gonna cut it off here. We're gonna let everybody go. Enjoy Bristol. And be Nizzy always.
I got to thank my crew chief for another good car. Thank you, crew chief.
Got you a second. Want to thank everybody.
Tires on that last pit stop.
No,
Yeah,
I
what?
took 4. I never took 2 the whole time. Took 4 every time.
Not 8.
I take 8 if I can get them.
Oh,
They
you
look like.
said, my crew chief told me take 8 or 6 or something.
No, there was a couple weeks ago. I think she told me to take 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one.
Hey, sometimes that left front it makes a difference. But man, that was talk about edge of your seat race and Nizzy. Thanks again for sticking out with me, man. We saw the gloves came off. It was a brawl. It's Bristol, baby. Had a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and sticking with us on a long night tonight. Check it out. Just want to thank everybody. Thank you, B. Nizzy, on a night like this. We're going to end it here. Congratulations to Typical getting his second win of the season here at Bristol. Field filler bangs in a second, solid second, cruising a second, and that man Perky, our Daytona winner, gets back in the third from last, starting dead last, and gets up to third. What a heck of a run. Congratulations to all 3 guys. We're going to end it here. We will see everybody next Sunday. Where are we next Sunday? Where are we? Did we know next Sunday? I don't even know where we're at next Sunday. We're going to be on the air.
Martinsville.
Martinsville. Oh, another short track. Here we go. Nizzy, it's going to get wild at Martinsville. If this is just the start, and we're going to have some at Martinsville. We'll see everybody at Martinsville next week. Have a great night. Happy Easter to all. And also, Grizzly, I know if you're still watching, brother, our thoughts and prayers are with you, brother. And we will look forward to seeing you coming back. Our thoughts, our prayers are with you, my friend. And we will see everybody next Sunday. Have a great night and happy Easter.